Can support us completed novel house in link below clip. Thank you for coming and love the sharing story chapter 1661, the first episode is out. 2 days later. It was the weekend. On Weibo. There's nothing to watch on TV. Anyone with any shows to recommend? I have none. There haven't been any good shows recently. That's right. The variety shows these days are all the same. The domestic TV dramas aren't good either. They're all following the same plots. I'm watching an American TV series now. It's quite good. Yeah, the American and British TV series are all very exquisitely made. There are several good TV shows overseas as well. They're really enjoyable to watch. If China can also produce such quality programs someday, that would be really great. Isn't Face Smacking Jong making an international show too? I heard that they've already started shooting for the show. Yeah, I wonder how the shoot is progressing so far. I'm quite looking forward to it. Do you guys really expect Face Smacking Jong to pave a way forward for our Chinese shows? What do you think? If Zhong Yi can't do it, then no one else can. Let's see if Face Smacking Jong can perform another miracle. Beijing. Shijiao Airport 1. This was originally a military airport that was predominantly used for military purposes, and they also accepted aircraft support missions. However, a civilian flight route was approved today to fly into Shijiao Airport, and a small civilian plane was cleared to enter the airspace. On the ground. Ha Chichi and the others were here. Little Wang looked up. Why aren't they back yet? Why haven't they arrived? Ha Chichi was also incredibly anxious, but she said, "Don't be so impatient. They should be here soon. I wonder how everyone is doing." Little Ju was worried sick. The people are all waiting for our new show to broadcast. If by any chance it isn't filmed well, then everyone from Zhong Yi's studio was eagerly looking into the sky. Most of them were the female employees who had stayed behind to watch over the studio's day-to-day operations. Suddenly, a plane appeared in their line of sight and slowly landed. They're here. They're here. It's their plane. The group of them shouted in excitement and rushed forward to welcome the team back. Not long after, the cabin's hatch opened, and someone came out of the aircraft. The first to come out was Tong Fu. The moment they saw Tong Fu, the group consisting of Ha Chichi, Little Wang, and the others were dumbfounded. The once fair complexion of Tong Fu had been tanned as dark as a black dog's bollocks. He was tanned to the point where a gloss glowed from his dark skin. His hair was a mess, and it was obvious that he had not even taken a bath. His clothes were torn and his pants were tattered. The most speechless part was that he only had one shoe on his feet. The other was bare. His wife was also here today. Huang Dandan exclaimed, "Damn, hubby, what happened to you?" Tong Fu started crying and hugging his wife. "My wife. My lovely wife. Your brother Tong thought that he would never get to see you again in this lifetime." Little Wang was stunned. "Where are your shoes?" Ha Chichi was shocked. "What happened to you guys?" Behind him, the second person came out. Wu Yi said, "He lost his shoes when we were running away from something." Huang Dandan said in disbelief, "But I prepared 3 pairs of shoes for you." Tong Fu cried and said, "I lost them all." Everyone was floored when they saw the film crew disembark from the aircraft. They either looked pathetic, tired, tanned, or had only one shoe on. The welcoming party could only wonder what the film crew had been through. In the end, Sun Kwong and Zhong Yi also disembarked. Ha Chichi rushed over to welcome them back. Director Zhong. How was it? Zhong Yi looked to be in an even worse state than them. He was almost unrecognizable as there were dust and mud caking his face. However, his state of mind was especially good. This was clearly where he was different from others. He laughed and said, "Ha ha, I'm fine, it's just that I look a bit worse off than the others. It's just that I headed straight to the airport after getting out of the wilderness. No one wanted to rest for another day at the local hotel, so I made some arrangements with the military, and they approved a flight route for us to fly back directly." Little Wang asked, "Why didn't you all rest up first?" Tong Fu was crying. He said, "Rest? How can we rest? I couldn't stand staying in that damned place for a minute longer. I just wanted to come home as soon as we could. We also said with some lingering fear, it was too dangerous. It was really too dangerous this time. Have you guys encountered a bear before? We did. The bear came after us for 3 days and nights. The first time, we managed to escape from it. Then it came back on the second day. We don't even know if it was the same bear as the one we met on the first day. All we knew was that we had to run. We ran so much that our legs almost broke. Everyone was extremely shocked. What? A bear? Damn, you guys encountered a bear? Sun Kwong rolled his eyes. There were also venomous snakes, wild beasts, and high cliffs too. We encountered all of those things on this trip. Ha Chichi said, filming isn't done for the show yet. Tong Fu said nervously, Sister Ha, based on director Zhong's temper, do you think we could come home if we didn't finish the shoot? Zhong Yi called out to everyone, let's go. This is a military airport, so let's not cause any delay for them. We'll go back to the studio first and talk on the way there. As they were walking out, he introduced Sun Kwong to everyone. This is Sun Kwong. Some of you have not met him yet, right? Thanks to Old Sun, this time, we were able to successfully complete the shoot. There were many dangerous scenes where Old Sun followed me and caught them on camera. In the future, Old Sun will be appointed as our studio's independent videographer. But Sun Kwong said, who's from your studio? Don't drag me into this. You want me to work with you? Even if I have several lives, it wouldn't hecking be enough. Zhong Yi laughed, ha ha. On the way back. In the minibus. Everyone started complaining. They began relating their adventures in the wild and recounting their encounters over the past few days in detail. Ha Chichi and the others from the studio were all frightened out of their wits when they heard about it. They had never experienced it before, nor had they seen the things that were being described by the film crew. But just by their words alone, it was enough to shock them to death. Only then did Ha Chichi and the others realize how greatly the film crew had suffered over these past few days. Bear attack? Leaping off cliffs? Falling into a river? Encountering venomous snakes? Ha Chichi said, I said this show is too dangerous. Zhong Yi laughed and said, fame and fortune come from taking risks. Sun Kwong harumphed, but will this show of yours be any good? None of them really knew what the show would be like. Zhong Yi smiled and said, you guys don't know, but when the show is edited, you will all understand. I'll take a hot shower right after we get back and have something to eat first. After that, I'll head over to Central TV to edit the footage and add in the narration and subtitles. I'll do my best to finish up the first episode as soon as possible and then broadcast the first episode to test out the market. Since everyone won't have anything to do for the next 2 days, I want you all to go back home quickly to get some rest and relax a little. If the first episode is well received, we will still have to shoot the second and third episodes. At that time, we'll get really busy and probably won't have any time to go back home between shoots. Tong Fu sobbed, there's still some more filming to do. Sun Kwong said in a terrified manner, I'm not gonna do it anymore. Zhong Yi said, that won't do. Actually, I didn't have much experience either when we filmed the first episode. It's my first time doing such a show after all, so the prep work wasn't done well. That was why we ran into so many problems during the trip. But since we have the knowledge now, we'll just have to add a little more manpower and work out better safety guidelines to ensure that there won't be any more hiccups. He added, don't worry, with me around, everyone's safety will be assured, I guarantee. Everyone mourned. Guarantee, my ass. You still went over to get 2 photos when the bear was approaching. You still wanted to get a selfie when the venomous snakes were coming. It's precisely because of you that we're in danger. The minibus arrived back at the studio. The film crew dispersed and went back to their respective homes. After Zhong Yi took a shower, he didn't stay idle when he came out. He started organizing the footage that he had on hand and got Ha Chichi to contact Central TV. Sun Kwong was still around. Aren't you gonna get some rest? Zhong Yi laughed and said, I'll consider it after I'm done with work. Sun Kwong was impressed. You're truly a warrior. Ha Chichi said helplessly, this is what Director Zhong is like. No one can persuade him otherwise. They had survived out in the wilderness for so many days, so even though everyone else was complaining loudly after they came back, they still knew that Zhong Yi was actually the most tired. But who could have known that he would return to work the moment he arrived back without even resting? On this point, no one in the industry would dare to compare themselves with Zhong Yi. This fellow was really just like an Iron Man. On the same day. At night. After Zhong Yi had returned to Beijing, he did not even go back home. Instead, he went straight to Central TV International and locked himself up in the studio. Then he began editing the show for the rest of the night. Chapter 1662, Advertising Abroad. Sunday. In the morning. After working all night, Zhong Yi returned home exhausted. When the door opened, Wu Ziqing was startled. Whoa. Zhong Yi smiled and said, I'm home, old Wu. Wu Ziqing smiled. How did you get so tan? Hi, it's because I was exposed to the elements. Zhong Yi said, my daughter. Cece cheered and ran over happily. Daddy! Daddy! Zhong Yi picked her up and kissed her many times. My dear, Daddy has missed you so much. Have you been obedient and listened to Mommy these past few days? Have you been a good girl at school? Cece nodded firmly and said, Cece has been a very good girl. Zhong Yi's smile filled his face. Wu Ziqing asked, have you eaten yet? Not yet. At the mention of it, Zhong Yi became very hungry. Old Wu, quick, I haven't had any hot food in so many days. Hurry and cook some meat for me to eat. I want to have red braised pork as well as stewed pork ribs. Wu Ziqing said, you want to eat that this early in the morning? Zhong Yi said, I'm hungry. Wu Ziqing chuckled, haha, all right. Soon after, his parents also came by. When they saw their son, the two of them got a fright as well. His mother said dumbfoundedly, did you get conquered one by the Japanese? His father said, just what kind of show are you making? Why does it look like there's so much hardship involved? Zhong Yi collapsed on the sofa and said listlessly, it's a show that no one in the world has ever done before. Both of you will find out in a few days when it broadcasts. Pork belly. Pork ribs. Chicken soup. Zhong Yi devoured the dishes and even had 5 bowls of rice along with them. Wu Ziqing smiled and said, can't you eat slower? Zhong Yi didn't want to hear that. It's tasty and oh so delicious. His mother stared at him. You're gonna get indigestion. Don't overeat. Zhong Yi pushed an empty bowl over and said as he wiped his mouth, another half a bowl of rice please. His mother harumphed. Oh, all right, keep stuffing yourself. Old Wu smiled and served him more rice. At this moment, Zhong Yi's cell phone rang. When Zhong Yi saw the caller ID, he answered it. It was from the director at Central TV International. Director Meng's voice sounded a little excited. Director Zhong, a few of the leaders and I have already watched the first episode of your show. Zhong Yi smiled and asked, how was it, old Meng? Director Meng said, I think it's pretty good. Zhong Yi asked, so what about the publicity for it? Director Meng was silent for a moment before saying, our Chinese TV shows have stayed quiet for too long. This time, we should try to pull off a big one. I've already fought to get the advertisements broadcast in over 10 countries. If we can get even more funding approved, we'll be showing the ads in up to 20 countries. Advertisements. Abroad? It was the first time that Zhong Yi had heard of something like this. He knew that Central TV was famous for being tight-fisted and would rarely do any advertising for their own station's programs, much less advertising abroad. Zhong Yi was surprised. How much does that cost? Director Meng smiled and said, Teacher Zhong, you know what we've always been hoping to achieve, and I know that is also what you want to get done. This time, we have partnered up in order to try to push China's shows out into the world. With all the great effort that you've put in, we naturally cannot afford to hold back. Everyone knows that the viewership ratings for CTV International have always been poor. If there isn't enough publicity and advertising, a show's potential will be limited no matter how good it is. We at the station have already discussed this, so we've already decided that we'll take a bet on it together with you this time. It will also be a bet on the future of our Chinese TV shows. Zhong Yi said, "You really trust me, huh?" Director Meng said in seriousness, "Right, I really do trust you. The entirety of Central TV trusts you as well." Zhong Yi laughed. "Thanks. It should be us thanking you instead." After hanging up, Zhong Yi finished his food and went upstairs to sleep. In his sleep, he dreamed of millions of heroic soldiers. In his dream, all of the past dynasties of China came to worship him. Submitting for review. Requesting approval. Getting approved. The show was filed with the authorities. A series of procedures were quickly formalized. At this moment, Zhong Yi's new show was finally revealed. The promotions for the show were also carried out in full swing. On Central TV. On the forums. On the video hosting sites. In the media outlets and newspapers. It was getting publicized everywhere. Man vs. Wild synopsis: Central TV International has launched a brand new show hosted by Zhong Yi, who will travel across the globe to find the most dangerous tourist locations and environments in order to show us how to survive in them. Zhong Yi will trap himself in some of the most popular destinations in the wilderness where tourists often get lost or encounter danger. He will go airborne and descend into tropical rainforests, rappel into deserts and lakes, and climb the highest and most isolated peaks in the Americas. By placing himself in the most realistic of situations, Zhong Yi will use his professional survival skills to escape from danger, survive, and find his way back to civilization. In the Chinese entertainment industry, his new show is about to get broadcast. I heard about it too. It's called Man vs. Wild? What genre is it? I think it's something about survival in the wild. It's a show that he created himself that no one has done before. So no one really knows what this show is going to be like. How risky. Yeah, I thought he would do a show that he's good at. Zhong Yi wants to rely on this brand new genre to take on the world? It's difficult to predict anything right now. After all, this is Zhong Yi we're talking about. His shows have created miracles countless times before, so who knows if it will be the same again this time. On Weibo. It's finally showing. Zhong Yi's new show has been announced. Which day is it on? Next Saturday. That's right, it's called Man vs. Wild. The broadcast date has been set. Man? Versus. Wild? What the heck is that? Face-smacking Zhong has created another new format for his show? I'm really worried for Zhong Yi. Although he has also done TV shows before, he only had to compete against 1 or 2 competitors at the same time slot in the domestic market back then. But it's different this time. He's going to broadcast the show on China's only international channel, and compete with all the other TV shows that are showing at the same time slot from around the world. American TV series? Talk shows? British TV shows? Korean reality shows? Japanese cartoons? Unless face-smacking Zhong's new show is really so heaven-defying, and even then, it has to be heaven-defying to an absolute extent for it to be able to break out of the encirclement by the TV shows from all over the world. Is that even possible? It won't be easy. Let's see if face-smacking Zhong can keep at it this time. We can't control what other people do. But for Zhong Yi's show, we definitely have to give our utmost support. That's right. As long as it's a show made by Zhong Yi, I will watch it even if it's shit. Haha, just 6 more days. I'm looking forward to it. America. An ad for a Chinese show? The hell? It's Zhong Yi's new show? This is the first time I've seen a Chinese show get advertised. Japan. Man vs. Wild? Zhong Yi's new program? They even showing the ad for it in Japan? Korea. It's going to broadcast this soon? They're showing so many ads for it. They must have spent a great deal of money. China's TV station is really rich. The UK. Wilderness survival? It does sound quite interesting. Let's have a watch when it broadcasts. I quite like this Nobel Peace Prize recipient, ha. China. Holy shit. Central TV has a little something, doesn't it? They're going crazy with the ads. I even saw it at Times Square in New York. Many countries around the world were seeing advertisements for Man vs. Wild. Unlike Man vs. Wild, Wolf Warrior 2 did not get any publicity overseas as its target audience wasn't there. Even if he did any advertisements for the movie, they would have been wasted. But Man vs. Wild was different. To Zhong Yi and Central TV, it was an international show whose audience was the entire world. It wasn't just going to be shown in China. With this status, the advertisements would also have to be targeted. And this time, Central TV was going all out. Be it the publicity efforts or coverage, it was almost unprecedented. The advertisements were so numerous that quite a few television industry insiders overseas were shocked. For a moment, the global attention on Man vs. Wild was soaring high. Chapter 1663, The International Hosting Qualifications Examination. Tuesday. Advertisements. Promotional footage. Trailers. The publicity efforts were in full swing. The countdown to Man vs. Wild's premiere officially began. There were only 4 more days left to the broadcast of the show, and all preparations for it were ready. At Zhong Yi's studio. In the early morning, everyone had gathered for a meeting. It's time to get ready to shoot the next episode. Ah? So quickly? Who's signing up to join the film crew this time? Director Zhong, can I not go? Tong Fu, you have to go. I lost 3 pairs of shoes the previous time around. Then bring 4 pairs this time. Pfft. Where are we going to shoot the second episode, Director Zhong? I've already decided on the destination and am in contact with them right now. Zhong Yi had always been very efficient when it came to planning his work. The first episode was just a pilot that he lined up to be broadcast on Saturday. But after that, he didn't want to broadcast just 1 episode a week. His original plan was to have 2 episodes a week, with 1 episode on Saturday and 1 episode on Sunday. Therefore, the filming plan involved a heavy workload with a huge time crunch. At this moment, a call arrived. It was from Yu Yingyi. Yu Yingyi said in a hurry, "Zhong." Zhong Yi smiled and said, "What's up, Yingyi? Hurry down to Central TV. Something has happened." "Okay, I'll be right there." At Central TV. Central TV International. When Zhong Yi and his staff from the studio arrived, he saw a panicky Yu Yingyi together with the staff from CTV International. Even the channel's director Meng was here as well. Zhong Yi asked, "What's the situation?" Yu Yingyi hurriedly said, "Zhong, do you have an international hosting license?" Zhong Yi was taken aback. "What?" Director Meng said, "An international hosting license." Zhong Yi threw his hands up. "I only have a hosting license for China." Ha Chichi was also taken aback. "Why does he need that?" Director Meng immediately said, "It's not us who require you to have it. All the different countries have their own host qualifications exam. Even at Central TV International, we don't usually have to worry about this. But it's true that many of the other countries do require their international channel hosts, or announcers to have this certification to be able to work. We also request this from our hosts and announcers. Before Yingyi came to our channel, she also spent a year earning her international hosting license. But we didn't originally need you to have it since this type of show doesn't truly have a host." Ha Chichi said, "That's right, Man vs. Wild doesn't have a host." Director Meng said, "But there are people finding trouble with this right now. They're questioning Zhong Yi's lack of international hosting credentials. In their minds, Teacher Zhong's role in Man vs. Wild is as a host. India, America, and Canada have all suggested that if they do not see Zhong Yi's license, they will unilaterally halt the broadcast of the show." Ha Chichi's face sank. "Halt it? How can they halt it at this time?" Zhong's was said angrily. Little Wang said in a rage, "This was clearly targeted at us. No one had expected this to happen when the show was about to be broadcast." Zhong Yi said, "Is there any way to remedy this?" Director Meng said, the worst case scenario is that we have to give up on broadcasting the show in America, India, Canada, and some of the other countries. But if we give up on premiering it in those countries, the impact on our show will surely be fatal. The viewership ratings will be greatly reduced, and all of the previous publicity efforts would have been for naught. This loss will be difficult to bear for us. Our people are still negotiating with the relevant authorities in those countries, but it seems like it will be very difficult to reach an agreement. Zhong Yi asked, what's the best way to deal with this? Director Meng looked at him. The best way would be for you to obtain an international hosting license. Zhong Yi asked, how often is the exam held? Yuini knew about this. Once every half a year. When is the next time they're holding it? Zhong Yi asked. Yuini said, tomorrow. Zhong Yi nodded. Is it too late to register for it now? Yuini hurriedly explained, the designated exam center in China this year is in Shanghai. There's still time to register for it, but the international hosting exam is different from the one we took for the domestic license. They're aimed more at the professional international news broadcasters, so the topics tested are slightly biased on their profession. International geography, international history, and topics regarding politics are all tested. It basically doesn't have anything to do with what we've studied before. Moreover, it is also separated into an interview segment and a written test and requires a very high score to pass. Next to them, another male host from CTV International smiled bitterly and said, that's right, I prepared for it for a year and took the exam 3 times before I passed. The questions are extremely difficult. Ini managed to get it faster than me, but even she took 2 tries. Many of the other professional hosts in the country can't pass the exam even after many attempts. Zhong Yi smiled. No problem, just help me register for it. Director Meng glanced at him. Can you handle it? Zhong Yi said indifferently, don't worry, old Meng. Yuini clenched her teeth. I won't be going anywhere today. Let me guide you on how to study for it. Zhong Yi said happily, no need for that. Just recommend me the relevant books to study for the exam. Director Meng sighed and said, we're depending on you. Registration. Purchasing the books. Booking tickets to Shanghai. They could only do this. The rest was up to Zhong Yi himself. No one else could help him with this matter. On the same day, the international news started spreading. Man vs. Wild faces a broadcast suspension? Zhong Yi doesn't have an international hosting license. Multiple countries demand the halt of show's broadcast. China's show faces an international stranding. China's show gets besieged by multiple countries. Zhong Yi applies for this round of the international hosting qualifications examination at the last minute. On the web, people from all over the world were watching the commotion. An Indian netizen, ha ha ha, he deserves it. An American netizen, Zhong Yi's new show is done for. A UK netizen, someone must be deliberately targeting him, right? A French netizen, many of the program and talk show hosts in America also broadcast their shows internationally, but why don't I see anyone asking for their international hosting licenses? If it's not something they themselves can enforce, what gives them the right to demand a Chinese host have it? Handling matters in such a way is shameful. A Dutch netizen, that's right. The famous American talk show host, Jeff, has not been able to earn his international hosting license in 2 years. However, he's still doing great in his job as a host. A German netizen, I heard that this is the most difficult exam for a host to take. A Finnish netizen, Zhong Yi has already registered to take the exam? A Thai netizen, the exam is taking place tomorrow. Even a god couldn't pass it if they decided to take it on a whim. A Korean netizen, not necessarily. A Japanese netizen, yeah, I agree. An American netizen, haha, do you guys really think he can pass? Many people around the world were waiting to see China make a fool of themselves. At this moment, the Chinese netizens came forward. Hecking idiots. You guys are trying to mess with face-smacking Zhong again? Haha. It's just the international hosting qualifications examination, isn't it? Just wait and see. Just watch Zhong Yi pass. Zhong Yi. Man vs. Wild. For a moment, these two names were pushed into the headlines again. Chapter 1664, a shocking examination result. The next day. In the morning. The outside world was in an uproar. This year's International Hosting Qualifications examination had attracted worldwide attention. To watch the commotion. To see a joke. There were all kinds of people paying attention to it. Many of Zhong Yi's family, friends, and colleagues also heard about the difficulty of the exam and were feeling nervous for him. They knew that if he did not pass the exam this time, it would spell the end of his new show. He had received 3 calls from his mother alone. But at present, on the high-speed rail from Beijing to Shanghai, Zhong Yi was sitting cross-legged with a relaxed expression. He was listening to music and flipping through books related to the International Hosting Qualifications examination. The matter did not bother him at all. From his expression, there was no trace of Zhong Yi being nervous or worried. This fellow would even hum a few lines of the song that he was listening to every so often. Occasionally, he would also take out his cell phone to browse Weibo. On Weibo. Good luck, face-smacking Zhong. Don't come back if you don't pass the exam. Teacher Zhong. Heck them all. Hurry up and get your license. Don't be afraid. We're all waiting to watch your new show. Teacher Zhong, can you do it or not? Zhong Yi replied to one of the Weibo posts, who knows? That Weibo reply immediately blew up. Damn. Teacher Zhong has suddenly appeared. Haha, what a surprise to see face-smacking Zhong. The atmosphere was a jubilant one. The train arrived. A car came to pick him up and he headed straight to the examination venue. When Zhong appeared, he immediately became the center of attention. All of the announcers and hosts who had come to take the exam were looking at him in surprise. A young woman came walking over in a hurry and said respectfully, Professor Zhong. Zhong Yi smiled and said, did you graduate recently? The young woman said shyly, I just graduated this year. Another youth came over. Professor Zhong, it's really you. Zhong Yi smiled and nodded at him. Hello. The youth said worriedly, are you prepared for the exam? The young woman stared at him. You're worried that Professor Zhong won't pass? The youth said in embarrassment, I'm not. But I'm worried because I've studied this exam all year. The questions are especially odd, and the paper is all in English too. It's too difficult. The young woman clearly knew him. That's because you're dumb. The youth said in shame, all right. As the two of them addressed Zhong Yi as professor the moment they met him, Zhong Yi immediately deduced that they must be students or recent graduates of Media College. Zhong Yi was a professor at Media College, so he would also be considered their teacher. This was even though this teacher was a little raffish and didn't even hold any classes over the years. Everyone was chatting as they headed in. There was only one examination venue, and the number of people taking part in the exam this time was 27. There weren't many people here, as many people had already given up on taking it after failing the exam several times. There were both Chinese proctors and foreign ones. The exam was the same throughout the world in every country and was in English. It was time. Find authorized novels in Novelful faster updates. Better experience, please click www.webnovel.com for visiting. The exam began. When Zhong received his exam, he smiled and started answering the questions. An hour. 2 hours. 3 hours. The written exam. Handing in the exam. Lunch lining up. Going through the interview segment. When Zhong Yi came out of the venue, it was almost dark. There were still a lot of things to handle back in Beijing, so he had no time to check the answers, nor pay further attention to any exam-related matters. He just took the high-speed rail straight back to Beijing. The next day. In the afternoon. Because of the small number of candidates who took the exam, the results came out very soon. The International Association for Broadcasters and Announcers had already published the results and passing candidates on its website. Every person who had obtained the international hosting license would have their names appear on a dedicated page of the website. Currently, there were only 239 people in the world who had obtained a certificate of qualification as an international host. Some of the countries had 8 to 9 of such hosts in total, while a few countries didn't even have anyone with the qualifications to be an international host. From this, it could be seen how valuable the license was. On this day, the website nearly crashed. Countless people from all over the world had come to check the results of the examination. At home, Zhong Yi's parents had Chen Chen take control of the computer. Did he pass? How many points did your Uncle Zhong score? It's out, have a look at it yourselves. Ah. What? At Central TV. Is it out? Why haven't they announced it yet? The scores are out. Where? Where is it? Did he pass? Holy shit. This score. Media College. Oh my god. Something big has happened. Quickly come and have a look at Professor Zhong's score. What the hell? Awesome. This is too hecking awesome. Dong Shanshan's house. Yuingyi and she were having a chat. I wonder how it went. I think the scores have been announced. Damn, they're really out. This madman. I should have known. Why did I bother worrying about him? Just how on earth did this guy take his exam? The scores were announced. The results of every country's candidates were published. Emerson, written test, 167 points, interview, 75 points, passed. Zhong Fanghua, written test, 148 points, interview, 69 points, failed. Arthur, written test, 154 points, interview, 62 points, failed. This was a list containing the results of several hundred candidates who took the exam. The majority of everyone's scores were spread between 160 to 250 points, although there were also some who didn't do well and only had a combined score of 120 points for the written test and the interview. This exam had 250 points as the maximum score for the written test. The interview segment had a maximum score of 100 points. For most of the candidates, reaching a combined 240 points would mean that they had passed the exam. But of course, there were also special circumstances. If one did outstandingly excellent on the interview portion, the requirements for their written test could be adjusted lower. The scores densely populated the list. But currently, the entire world's attention was only focused on one person's results. When they saw this person's result, nobody could believe their eyes. Zhong Yi's result, written test, 250 points, full marks, interview, 100 points, full marks, total score, 350 points, full marks. He had scored perfectly for the written test and interview segment. On Weibo, everyone was exclaiming, "Ha ha ha ha. It's a perfect score. Oh my awesome Zhong. Face smacking Zhong is smacking faces again. 666. There's no problem at all, buddy. I'm doubling over with laughter. This is who Zhong Yi is. I'm laughing as well. There were actually some foreigners who thought that he wouldn't pass the exam. They must not be in the know about how Zhong Yi had scored perfectly in the judicial exam back as a host. On the web, the people of the world were stunned. An American netizen, what the heck? An Indian netizen, how on earth did he take the exam? A UK netizen, full marks. A Canadian netizen, he really managed to pass it. A Japanese netizen, I knew it. An American netizen, this is the International Hosting Qualifications Examination. It's known as one of the most difficult exams in the world, but he can still get a perfect score on it. A German netizen, he didn't even have a full day to prepare for it and went to take the exam directly, yet he still managed a perfect score. This Zhong Yi is too smart. It looks like there's no fault in labeling him as the smartest person to exist in a few hundred years. Those who were waiting to see him make a fool of himself had wishful thinking. On this day, on the website of the International Association of Broadcasters and Announcers, Zhong Yi's name was right at the top. The list was ranked according to the results of the exam candidates. Ever since the International Hosting Qualifications Examination was implemented, Zhong Yi was the only person in several decades to have scored full marks on it. Chapter 1665, Premiere Broadcast. 2 days later. Saturday. China was filled with anticipation. The premiere episode is about to begin. There's only one more hour before it begins. I really want to see it. Hurry up and start already. I've been waiting all morning. John Yi, go for it. I hope to be surprised. Face-smacking Jong has returned to doing entertainment programs after so many years. I wonder if it will still be as brilliant as before? We'll find out soon, won't we? Back at home. Old Wu was taking the day off today. His parents were also here. Wu Ziqing smiled and said, "Aren't you going down to Central TV?" Zhong Yi was leaning back on the sofa and amusing his daughter. "I'm not going. Let's watch together at home as a family." His mother had already switched the channel in anticipation. "Why isn't there anything on TV?" His father said, "Aya, it isn't time." His mother asked Wu Ziqing, "Ziqing, have you told your parents to watch?" Wu Ziqing smiled. "I've told them about it already. They know what time it will be showing, so I suppose they're also watching it at home right now." His mother smacked her lips and said, "Why do I feel a little nervous?" "Mom, I'm not even nervous, so what are you nervous about?" Zhong Yi was amused. "Just relax and watch it normally. Since I dared to bring this show out, it will definitely be a good one. Don't you worry." His father was in high spirits. "It's starting." His mother hurriedly sat down. "Stop talking." Countless pairs of eyes. Countless discussions. The media, public, industry insiders, and even viewers from countries all over the world were attracted by the advertising and news. Their curiosity for the show had peaked. Some people were already waiting in front of the television early in the morning, while it was nighttime for others. Some people in China also turned on their televisions and switched it to Central TV International, a channel they had never paid attention to before today. Under everyone's attention, Man vs. Wild finally premiered. This was the first time that China had brought out a show they wanted to show to the whole world. On the screen, Zhong Yi appeared. Note: https://www.dailymotion.com/video/x3b76tn. I'm Zhong Yi. Some people say that I'm a host, and others say I'm a writer, film actor, movie director, singer, mathematician, and hacker. I won't deny any of those, but I know that there is still a title I have that nobody knows about. I am a wilderness survival specialist. Now, my challenge is to go alone into one of America's deadliest places, the Rocky Mountains. Millions of people visit them every year, 2,000 don't return alive. I'm going into one of the most remote areas in the Rockies with only the clothes I'm wearing to show you how to be an ultimate survivor. On the plane. The wind was whistling. I'm flying 3,000 meters above the Rockies, somewhere near the Canadian border. Since most people who end up in trouble here are caught by surprise, my team has arranged one for me. At any moment, the pilot will tell me to jump. Where? I don't know. I don't have a map, spare clothing, water, or food. Not even a cell phone. My mission is simple: use all my skills to get out alive in under 3 days. The cabin's hatch was opened. Zhong Yi parachuted down. Oh, it's a jungle. This is a very dangerous position to be. God save me. Damn, I'm stuck in a tree. Phew, I'm lucky to still be alive. I have to find a way to leave this place. I'm at least 10 meters up. If I jump, I'll break my legs. There's only one way out of this, and it's something I've never done before. Remember, if you get into danger in the wild, the first thing to do is to keep calm, because that will likely save your life. Ah. I'm down. I need to look for a river now, as that means food and water. Look at what I found. This is a type of local vegetation. I know that it might not taste good, but I don't really have a choice. I have to eat it to recover some of my strength. Oh, a snake. This is a rattlesnake and it's extremely venomous. You'll need a branch that looks like this. See, I've caught it. This is great. That's gonna make for a good bit of dinner. It's the dead of night right now. I don't know exactly what time it is, but I can hear some sounds out there, and it's giving me a bad feeling. There, it's happening again. Did you hear that? It sounds like a wild beast, but I'm not sure what it is. This is a terrible feeling, and I can't help but think of the bear prints during the day. Although I try to stay as far away from the area as possible when I set up shelter, I know that bears have a very keen sense of smell. If it has really set its eyes on me, it's definitely not good news for me. Heavens! It's a bear! God damn it! I have to get out of here. Run! It's a cliff, I have nowhere else I can go. I'm gonna jump, wish me luck. At the studio, many of the staff were speechless. They were watching it for the first time. What kind of grass is that? No idea. Did director John really eat it? Yeah, he really ate it. At Yao Jiansai's house. Dad, Uncle John could even eat tree bark? This fellow must have gone crazy from hunger. Ah, he even ate the venomous snake? This glutton. At Central TV. It's a bear. Heavens. It's a real bear. It's been recorded. It's over. This is too dangerous. Back at home. Son, have you gone crazy? You even leaped off the cliff? Didn't you say that there wouldn't be any danger? There was even a bear. It's really not dangerous. We found actors to play it. It was just actors. Actors, your grandpa. Like you have any actors with so much body hair. China. Face smacking Jong is gonna get sacrificed. It's really a bear. How thrilling. This is so fun to watch. He really risked his life to film this show. America. Holy heck. Zhong Yi has been attacked. Will he escape? He jumped off the cliff. God. That was terrifying. His physical fitness is really good. The UK. Phew, he finally shook it off. It was so close. Oh no, there's another bear. It doesn't look like the one from before. The Chinese man is out of luck. He's in danger. Japan. It's a real situation. Are there shows that are shot like that? Has he gone mad? Of course he's mad. Is this the first day you learned about him? Korea. Quick, Watchman vs. Wild. I'm definitely not watching Zhong Yi's show. Zhong Yi is going to get eaten by a bear. What? Which channel is it on? I'll go watch it right away. Foot, can you guys be a bit more humane? India. Devour him. Devour him. Quickly eat him. This stupid bear. Chase after him, quick. Zhong Yi is escaping by swimming away. Quickly chase after him. What a dumb bear, why is it running so slowly? Pakistan. He's managed to escape. There's a road there. Thank goodness. Impressive, my Chinese bro. He's indeed the man who ran the best half marathon this year. Another 40 minutes passed. The first episode ended. Immediately, heated discussions blew up all across the world. Chapter 1666, the international viewership ratings are out. The UK. At the home of international superstar Lillian. Lillian praised with a sigh, "Oh my awesome fellow smoker." Her father pointed at the television and asked, "Is this that friend of yours from China?" "Ha ha, that's right," Lillian said. Her father said, "He's really quite different from most other people." Lillian smiled and said, "In my opinion, it won't be long before he chases up to me." Her father was taken aback. "You're an international A-lister. Do you really think that highly of him?" Lillian acknowledged him and said, "In the past, his development was limited to just within China, so his works also tended to be aimed at only the Chinese audience. That made it difficult for him to achieve anything internationally. But it's different this time. Coming back after 3 years, he has finally decided to make an appearance on the international stage. Even I don't know how far he can go." "You're right, Dad, this smoking buddy of mine is indeed unlike most other celebrities." On the web. This is a Chinese show? Oh my God. Amazing. The host is so impressive. Why does this Chinese man know everything? Moreover, he can even identify everything. He actually knows about the local vegetation as well. Watching this gives me goosebumps all over. Yeah, my eyes never left the screen the entire time. Is it really that fun to watch? Go and watch it to find out. There might be a rerun, or maybe a video will be uploaded. I really can't believe that this show was made by a Chinese guy. It's so unbelievable. So this guy is Zhong Yi? I've heard of his name, but this is the first time I've seen his work. In China. On Weibo. Face smacking Zhong, 666. It was crazy fun to watch. Where's the second episode? When's it showing? I knew Zhong Yi would pull it off. Ha 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 ha, face smacking Zhong might really be able to defy the heavens this time. A Chinese show is finally going to make it out there on the international stage. I wonder what the viewership ratings abroad are going to be like. Yeah, I'm not worried about the viewership ratings in China. It's mainly how it performs overseas. We should find out tonight. At home. The entire family was dumbfounded. Cece screamed in fright the entire episode. After the broadcast finished, Zhong Yi's mother looked at him in shock. This is your new show? How did you come up with an idea like this? Zhong Yi smiled and said, I just thought of it. Wu Ziqing said, it's a bit dangerous. Zhong Yi explained, actually, it was really nothing. The danger that you guys felt was just from the effect of my editing. I purposely landed in the jungle, and everything was under my control the entire time. I knew exactly what I was doing. For the bear, the film crew was also equipped with a tranquilizer gun. If there were any signs of danger, they would immediately tranquilize it. With 2 shots of that, even a bear that large would drop to the ground. Besides, I'm sure you all know how skilled I am. It was really nothing much. Cece yelled out, Daddy is awesome. Zhong Yi gave his daughter a kiss. Thanks for the compliments, my dear. His father slapped his thigh and exclaimed, this show is going to be on fire. His mother also said, it was really good, but I wonder if the foreigners will accept it. At this moment, the calls started arriving one by one. His mother-in-law, Li Qin, was the first to call. Little Yi. Mom. That was such a good show. I loved it. Haha, thanks, Mom. When does the second episode broadcast? I haven't filmed it yet, but I'll be getting to it tomorrow. You must take care of yourself, all right? All right, Mom. Then Ning Lan called. Zhonga, I've watched the show. Was it okay? It was way too okay. I think it's gonna be on fire. Hopefully. Believe me, this show is definitely going to be very popular. Then Dong Shanshan called. It's indeed a show done by you. It was amazing. Thanks, Shanshan. I bet the entire world didn't expect you to make a show like this. All they know is how to stab me in the back. This time, I feel like you're gonna end up smacking their faces again. Haha, who knows? Call after call. Countless family and friends phoned him. The feedback from everyone was almost unanimous praise. They all felt that the show was very refreshing, because no one in the world had ever made something like it before. Wilderness? Survival? Absolutely no one had such an idea for a show, and no one thought that there would be anyone who would watch something like that. Therefore, after watching Man vs. Wild, a lot of people were dumbfounded. It could even be done this way. There was even such a thing? Choosing to do Man vs. Wild and using this particular episode for the premiere broadcast was a decision that Zhong Yi made after having considered it for a very long time. He had filmed the first episode with a relatively conservative attitude, and there were not too many shocking scenes in it. He did this mainly because he wanted to use it to open up the global television market and pull in the viewers first. In the past, the shows that he made were generally limited to a certain type of audience. For example, the performances on the music shows mainly covered pop songs, which made a lot of the older viewers not want to watch it. Or the lecture room series, which most younger people did not have the patience for. And even a show like A Bite of China, which attracted viewers of all demographics, was still limited by the cultural differences of overseas viewers. However, Man vs. Wild wasn't the same. Be it man or woman, young or old, be it the nationality of the viewers, there were no clear limitations. This was also why Zhong Yi placed great importance on this show and was the least worried about it. On the same night, at the studio, Zhong Yi drove back here. Ha Chichi looked very excited. Director Zhong. Whoa, you guys haven't knocked off yet. Zhong Yi smiled and looked at everyone in the studio. Almost all of the staff were still around and no one was rushing to knock off yet. Zhong's was said anxiously, why would we want to knock off so early? Everyone is waiting for the viewership ratings to come out. Zhong Yi asked, so are they out yet? Little Wang said, they'll come out soon. Zhong Yi said, how about the stats from the overseas market? Ha Chichi said, the overseas viewership ratings will be gradually made known. The other countries use different calculation methods. Some are based on the viewership ratings, and some are based on the viewer numbers. We're just waiting for Central TV to draw up a summary of the results before they call and update us. Half an hour. An hour. In fact, it wasn't just them. All of China was also waiting. The entire world's media outlets were also waiting. People around the globe were also waiting. Everyone wanted to know what kind of answer Zhong Yi could come up with. Finally, under everyone's attention, the answer was revealed. When they saw the results, the entire world had a look of horror just like the one they had when they saw Zhong Yi's international hosting qualifications examination score. To say nothing of them, even Zhong Yi and his studio staff were all dumbfounded as well. Man vs. Wild's global viewership ratings, or viewer numbers, ranking for the day. China, number 1 the UK, number 4 America, number 6 France, number 5 Japan, number 3 Korea, number 4 India, number 9 Canada, number 7 Pakistan, number 2 an international channel had actually made it into the top 10 of the viewership ratings, or viewer numbers rankings of so many different countries. It had to be known that all of these countries had their own television shows, as well as many television channels on their own countries' networks. Among the dozens of channels and hundreds of television shows showing in those countries, the performance of Central TV International's Man vs. Wild was too shocking for the rest of the countries to handle. Chapter 1667, It's Time to Go Wild. At the studio, the viewership ratings for each country was compiled and sent over. Another one has been made known. The ratings for Australia are out. What place did we get? We're in 9th place. The viewership ratings for the Netherlands are out too. How did we rank in the Netherlands? We're in 6th place. Heavens! The rankings were not limited to entertainment programs alone, but also included all other programs like variety shows, television series, and even documentaries that broadcast on the same day in each country. Therefore, the importance of the viewership rankings for the various countries was obvious. There were screams of astonishment everywhere in the studio. Nobody could believe their eyes and ears. Ha Chichi looked at the datasheet and said in shock, we're ranked within the top 10 in almost every country. Even in India, we're in 9th place. How can it possibly be that high? This makes no sense at all. This is only the first episode. How can the premiere episode achieve such high viewership ratings? It would be understandable if this was just the domestic viewership ratings, since we already have a certain level of influence back home. But what's with this situation overseas? They're giving so much face to us? Since when did we also become so influential abroad? Zhongzhou was stunned. It's like the show is on hecking steroids or something. Little Wang was roaring with laughter. How awesome! It's awesome! Tong Fu said pleasantly surprised, Director Zhong, you're simply godly. Zhong Yi also laughed. I guess it wasn't too bad. Wu Yi slapped his thigh and said loudly, we were initially hoping that the show would make it beyond our country's shores. But damn, with the results we've gotten, it's no longer going to be as simple as that. This has totally exceeded all our expectations. Even a rocket couldn't have propelled it out China's doors so quickly. This sort of result can be hailed as one of the top few achievements in the global television show industry. Sun Quan was also here today. Right now, he was also somewhat stunned by the developments. The publicity. The show's quality. The show's innovation. John Yee's fame. All of these factors had blown the doors off. All of the preparation and effort they had put in was repaid to them through the viewership ratings. At Central TV, screams rang out through the international channel. Look at this! Ah! The viewership ratings have blown up. The show has made it into the top 10 all around the world. Heavens! Is this really happening? Can someone pinch me? I'm not dreaming, am I? We actually got to witness a day like this? It has broken all the records. All of the statistics for Man vs. Wild have broken the records for a Chinese TV show. It has broken the domestic records. And also broken the overseas records. I knew we were right to bring director Zhong aboard to do the show. In the Chinese entertainment industry. What the hell? He really did it. Yeah, this fellow really managed it. He's really brought a Chinese TV show to the international stage. How impressive. This battle was well fought. I'm so proud. On Weibo. Invincible. Face-smacking Zhong is truly invincible. First, he did it with a movie. Then he did it again with a TV show. 666. Face-smacking Zhong has gained another achievement to his name. Ha 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 ha, beautifully done. The entire world has probably been dumbfounded by what happened. Zhong Yi has made history again. On the web. It has such a high viewership rating. It placed 6th on the American viewership ranking. How did they come up with that number? It actually exceeded the viewership ratings of so many other American TV series. 2 talk shows have been swept aside by him as well. The results are a little shocking. But I have to say, this show is indeed quite enjoyable to watch. Is that Chinese man unstoppable? The media outlets of the various countries. A Chinese TV show shakes up the industry. Man vs. Wild ignites a heated global discussion. Yet another counterattack by Zhong Yi. A new, global rising star. Man vs. Wild innovates a new genre for TV shows. Rave reviews received in many countries. A media outlet reported the following: according to an analysis by a panel of international experts, the popularity of Man vs. Wild was quite expected. This is a completely new genre that matches very well with the discipline of television shows, and includes adventure, knowledge, and food, making it very easy for the audience to relate to the host's perspective as they go with him on an adventure. They might even experience the same sense of danger that the host is experiencing. This show has opened up new grounds for future shows and has to be praised. The father of talk shows is worthy of his reputation. There was a sense of exhilaration in China. The world was in an uproar. Man vs. Wild became very popular just like this. The heaven-defying results that the premiere episode had achieved was an occurrence that was considered extremely rare in the global television show industry. On the same day, the International Celebrity Rankings Index was refreshed. On it, it could be seen that Zhong Yi's popularity had blown up once again. On the index, he had climbed 5 places up on the international C-list rankings in one shot. This rate of increase was shocking for many of the international A and B listers. As such, more and more international stars and people from various countries started taking note of Zhong Yi. In the past, when Zhong Yi first made it into the international celebrity rankings, many of the international celebrities did not pay much attention to him. But at this moment, no one could ignore him anymore. This was only the first episode, so who knew how much more popular Zhong Yi would get when a complete season of Man vs. Wild had been broadcast. The next day. In the morning. At Zhong Yi's studio. Right now, attention from all over the world was focused on them. Countless eyes were watching and waiting to see how their show would turn out. Zhong Yi's luggage was already packed. We're going to shoot the 2nd episode today, followed by the 3rd episode after that. I seem to remember that many of you had wanted to quit the show previously. So how about now? We'll be setting off very soon, so there's still time to think about it. Once we get to the wild, you can't come back even if you want to. Tong Fu was the first to call out, "Why would we want to come back? Let's do it." Wu Yi said, "Who says we're quitting the show? Let's do it." Zhongzhou said, "I want to join in this time as well." Zhong Yi looked around. "Where's old Sun at?" The door opened. Sun Quan had arrived late. I'm here." Zhong Yi laughed and said, "I thought you had run away." Sun Quan rolled his eyes. "With viewership like this, I'll have to take part in the filming even if I don't want to. So what if it's a little dangerous? I'll just have to be more careful. If I miss this opportunity, I will regret it for the rest of my life." Seeing everyone looking at him in surprise, Sun Quan couldn't help but chuckle. This might be the one and only time that China has a TV show that can be proudly shown to the world. I may not be brave, but I'm not dumb either. Let's just go ahead and do what needs to be done. I'll be going all out this time. Zhong Yi laughed and said, "The first episode's viewership ratings don't mean much. Whether or not a show gets popular depends on the long-term development. A good start is a good thing, of course, and that tells us that we're already halfway to success. The other half will be decided by the rest of the show. Let's put in more effort and aim to bring the viewership ratings to the next level." Little Wang said, It can still go higher?" Zhong Yi nodded and said, "Let's give it a try." Tong Fu was exuberant. "That's right, we never aim for second place." Wu Yi laughed heartily. "Yeah, if we have to aim for something, it would be for the top of the world." Zhong Yi raised his arm and waved, saying, "Let's go, brothers. It's time to set off." The first episode had been filmed in a rather conservative manner. But starting from the second episode, Zhong Yi felt that it was time to go wild. Chapter 1668, Zhong Yi eats an alligator. Several days later. Saturday. Many viewers around the world had turned their televisions on. It's about to begin. It's time for the second episode. Yeah, I've been waiting an entire week for this. I wonder if the second episode will be as good as the first episode. I didn't watch it last week, so I definitely have to watch it this week. Is it really that good? You'll find out after you watch it. Is it broadcasting on Central TV International? Yes, it's on the only international channel that China has. All right, it's starting. What? A swamp? He's heading into such a dangerous place? I know where this place is. There are alligators there. Under the anticipation of viewers from all over the world, the second episode of Man vs. Wild officially began. A lot of people took out their snacks, soft drinks, or beer as they watched the show on television with their families. Unlike soccer, talk shows, and the various TV series, Man vs. Wild was a show that was very suited for a family of all demographics to watch together. On TV. Zhong Yi appeared on screen again. This time, he appeared at a terrifying swamp. I'm Zhong Yi. Some people say that I'm a host, and others say I'm a writer, film actor, movie director, singer, mathematician, and hacker. I won't deny any of those, but I know that there is still a title I have that nobody knows about. I am a wilderness survival specialist. I'm in the Everglades, in Florida, over 20,202 square kilometers of waterlogged grassland. Every year, this wilderness attracts 6 million visitors. Many get lost and need to be airlifted to safety. I'm starting in the most challenging part of the Everglades, the swamps. I'll only have a knife, flint, and a canteen with me. I'm gonna put myself in the position of a lost tourist and show you how to survive in a wilderness like this. I'm descending into the swamp. Oh, there's water all around. I don't like this place at all. It's very disorienting, and you just can't see what is in the water. It's a very bad feeling, so I have to get out of here as quickly as possible and find dry land. What I need now is a weapon, so I'm going to cut this popash branch down. At a critical moment, this could very well save my life. First of all, I need to get my bearings. I'm going to teach everyone a technique. Basically, the Everglades has a really wide river that runs from the north to the south, but it runs really slowly. So a good way of working out directions is to tie a water bottle to a stick and wait half an hour to see which way the bottle swings round. From there, I can find out which direction to head toward. Okay, I've determined the direction, let's go. It's been 2 hours, and I've been walking all this time. This is very tiring. Walking through the swamp uses up a lot of energy, and you need to eat something. Look, what's this? Break open a piece of deadwood and you'll find carpenter ants in there. These are carpenter ant larvae. Let me have a taste. I can say for sure that it doesn't taste good. Oh, come and have a look at this. Ahead of me now is muddy bog. It's a place where the earth will literally suck you in. The more you struggle, the more it sucks you into it. Each year, many people around the world lose their lives because of this. This is also one of the greatest dangers that you can encounter in the swamp. Usually when we see it, we should avoid it or go back the way we came. But what I'm going to do is jump in and show you how to get out of it if you fall into one. I'm going in. The sinkhole is constantly sucking me in. My waist has completely sunk in. Remember the stick that I had from before? It's time to use it to save my life now. Use that to create more surface area to put your weight on, and try to wriggle your chest onto it. Once you're up on the surface, just prone crawl until you hit solid ground. And then it's quite easy like that. Let's keep going forward. Look at what I found. It's a little tree frog. Alright, I'm going to eat it. Goddamn, the taste is really terrible. I'm feeling extremely cold and hungry now. I'm in really bad shape, and I have to find food and water and build a campsite as well. Otherwise, I might not be able to get out of this swampland. Wait. There are some air bubbles coming up from the water. Damn it. It's an alligator. I've been noticed. In the swamp, I won't be able to outrun it. It's much faster than me. Damn. There are 3 of them. Dong Shanshan's house. His old classmates had gathered here. I'm gonna faint. Those are ants. How is this bastard able to eat everything? Wasn't he like this when we went to university? Cicadas, crickets, grasshoppers, he has eaten all of those before. But he's eating the ants raw. He said that it didn't taste good, so why did he still eat a dozen of them? The UK. Oh my god. It's a sinkhole. Other people can't wait to avoid something like that. Yet you still jump right into it. He's trapped. Oh, he's asking for it. Wow, he managed to escape. How terrifying. Russia. A frog? He ate it. He really ate it. I'm gonna puke. Me too. Ugh. He ate a live frog? Everyone says we Russians are a warrior people. But damn. It feels like this fellow is even more of a warrior than we are. Japan. An alligator. It's the American alligator one. There are 3 of them. Zhong Yi is done for. He's been surrounded. This is the real deal. Haha, that's what he gets for only caring about eating. See what a surprise he's gotten into. India. You can do it, gator. Bite him. Bite him. Attack him, gator. Please attack, gator. China. Ha ha ha, face-smacking Zhong is screwed. Let him eat it. Why isn't he eating the alligators? Yeah, he should continue with that next. Why is he running away? I'm cramping up with laughter. This fellow is too reckless. Wait, damn it. Face-smacking Zhong has come back again. What? Canada. Why did he come back? The gators are still there. One of the gators dropped out of the group. Oh my god. Zhong Yi, he's back for revenge. He pounced on it. My god. He pounced onto the back of the gator. He held its mouth shut. Korea. Holy shit. He killed the alligator. What is he trying to do? He's skinning it. Oh my god. He's going to eat the alligator. He really ate it. This glutton has gone mad. Does he have to go this far? The second episode finished up. The entire world's viewers were stunned. Ants. Frogs. Turtles. Alligators. With the second episode of Man vs. Wild, Zhong Yi once again swept through another wilderness. Everywhere he went, the place would be left barren. He ate everything that could be eaten. On this day, countless people pissed their pants. On this day, countless people were left kneeling. Chapter 1669, Zhong Yi eats a shark. The next day, Sunday, it blew up on the internet. Wow! There's another episode today. There will be 2 straight episodes shown on Saturday and Sunday from now on. How generous! I can't wait. Yesterday's episode was too hecking good. The first episode was quite good as well. This show must be very difficult to shoot, right? Doesn't Zhong Yi need to rest? Start broadcasting already. I'm dying from the wait. I'm also dying of anticipation. I want to see how reckless face-smacking Zhong can be again today. Ha 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 ha, this glutton will get into trouble sooner or later. Yeah, he even dares to eat an alligator. I really have to take my hat off to him. It's starting. Wow. They're off to an island for this episode. What a beautiful place. The entire world had its attention on this. After the massive round of heated discussions and word of mouth for the first 2 episodes, the number of viewers watching Man vs. Wild around the world surged even higher. More and more people were waiting at their televisions with the channel switched to Central TV International. It was as though this show had a magical touch. After only broadcasting 2 episodes, it had captured the attention of the entire world. On TV, it was Zhong Yi's standard introduction again. I'm Zhong Yi. Some people say that I'm a host, and others say I'm a writer, film actor, movie director, singer, mathematician, and hacker. I won't deny any of those, but I know that there is still a title I have that nobody knows about. I am a wilderness survival specialist. I've come to a deserted island in the Western Pacific. The scenery here is beautiful, but danger is lurking everywhere as well. I'll be showing everyone how to survive in a wilderness like this. Oh, this place is so beautiful. Look, the ocean, the blue sky, and the beach. I would really love to lie down on this beach to enjoy the beautiful scenery, but I know that's not going to happen. The mistake people often make is that they wait too long to take action towards their survival. The time to act is when you're feeling strong and feeling fresh. My priority right now is to orient myself and work out my options. Let's go. There's nothing here. This island is too small. There are no coconuts, no fresh water, and no food. I'm already hungry, so I must start looking for food. Look, what's this over here? Oh, there's a giant lava one in here. Alright, this is it. I'm going to have to replenish my protein. Damn, this tastes really bad. Hey, have a look at this. There's an island opposite and is separated by the sea. This is a twin island, and the island on the other side looks much larger, so there should be more resources as well. The chances of survival over there will be much higher. I've already decided I'm going to try to get to that island. What I need to do is build a simple raft to get there with. I'm going out to the sea, wish me luck. I'm almost there, I can already see the opposite shore. Oh, damn. It's a shark. It's hitting the raft. The raft is gonna sink. Damn. I'm gonna have to swim over. Hurry. 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 A shark just swam past my leg. It's coming after me. I've finally come ashore. I'm so exhausted. I need some food. I've got terrible luck. There's no food on this island either. All I see is a few sharks swimming around in the shallow waters. It seems like they've gotten trapped after trying to chase me. I can't go out to the sea to catch any fish, and there's no food sources on this island either. My biggest problem right now is hunger. What should I do now? It looks like I have no other choice. Come on, I'm going to try to pull a shark onto the shore. At Peking University. How beautiful. I have an urge to go on an adventure too. Ah. What's Professor Zhong eating this time? It's lava. Ugh. I'm gonna puke. Me too. Japan. Why does he eat everything? He can even eat the lava raw? He's so impressive. I'm convinced. In Germany. He going to the opposite shore. The raft's very well made. This Zhong Yi really has the skills to survive in the wilderness. He's impressive. Ah, a shark. There's a shark coming. The UK. Oh my God. There are 4 of those sharks. No, there's 5 of them. They're chasing up to him. The raft is sinking. Zhong Yi is in danger. India. Eat him. Bite him. Get him, shark. Attack him. Chase after him. Do it. China. Danger. Ayo, oh my God. Those are real sharks. Hurry up and swim, face-smacking Zhong. Who told you to brag? Now look who's the foolish one. Hurry up and run. He's back on shore. He's safe now. Thank God. I got such a scare. America. There's no food. He has no way out. Ha ha, he's not going to make it past this episode. If there's no food, he'll starve to death. He deserves it. If he's so great, maybe he should try eating a shark, ha ha. Wait. What is he planning? Heck. HHE's really going to eat a shark. Korea. He's gone back to the beach. What is he trying to do? Oh my heavens. He's trying to catch a shark. This fellow has gone mad. Canada. Jesus. He really went for it. He's gone into the sea. This Chinese man is too fearsome. That's a shark, all right. You should be counting your blessings that it doesn't eat you. So why are you trying to eat it instead? Australia. You can't catch a shark. He's got huge balls. Holy shit. Look. It's been caught. He caught it. The Netherlands. Wait, no. It slipped from his hands. He didn't manage to catch it. One of the sharks got away. He has his eyes on another one. Even the sharks are running away when they see him. Is this fellow still human? He's caught one again. Heck. He pulled it ashore. China. He ate it. He ate the shark. I'm gonna faint. He really hecking ate it. That's a shark. That's a mother hecking shark. I thought that he wouldn't dare to eat it, but I was wrong. Lord Zhong, I'm kneeling to you. I'm hecking kneeling as well. That was so hecking barbaric. Man vs. Wild's 3rd episode rolled credits. On this day, the entire world had been astonished by Zhong Yi once again. The entire world had been convinced by this Chinese glutton's spirit once again. They had never seen a person like him before. They had never seen someone as daring as him before. Just like he had done on the 1st and 2nd episodes, anywhere that Zhong Yi went to, the place would be left barren. He ate everything that could be eaten, including a shark, and even larvae. The scenes, the atmosphere, the tension, all of it was shockingly astounding. Countless viewers around the world started to look at Zhong Yi in a different way. They were really starting to suspect that an alien was actually under the skin of this person. On the same day, the global viewership ratings were published. Everyone was once again dumbfounded by the viewership ratings of Man vs. Wild. China, number 1. The UK, number 2. France, number 2. America, number 4. Japan, number 2. Korea, number 2. India, number 5. Canada, number 3. Man vs. Wild had actually made it into the top 3 most viewed shows in many countries. Chapter 1670, help me up, I can still take another bite. America. At a television station. Damn it. Our show's viewership numbers have dropped again. It's such a huge drop. Everyone has gone to watch Man vs. Wild. That show is too good. Many of our American shows and series can't even beat it. That's not necessarily true. We can always copy it. That's right, we can do a similar survival program. It's too late now. Putting aside the fact that an identical show almost always isn't as good as the original, just who do you guys have in mind to invite as the host? Anyone would do. There are so many survival specialists in the world. But can they eat alligators? Ah. Can they eat sharks? Ah. So tell me, who can we get? Well, all right then. At this moment, the global television industry was in a state of helplessness. Back then, they hadn't even considered Man vs. Wild to be an opponent. But now, they ended up not daring to go against Man vs. Wild. The industry insiders from other countries could not do anything about Zhong Yi. They could not even imitate his style. If only Zhong Yi's performance on the show wasn't this good, then others could introduce their own shows and come up with a television show better than Man vs. Wild. However, Zhong Yi did not give anyone the chance to do so. He immediately stunned the entire world with his abilities, and took only 3 episodes to capture the hearts of countless viewers around the world. There were many survival specialists in the world, but only one who behaved so recklessly, and that person was in China. The next day. In the morning. At Zhong Yi's studio. Director Zhong. Good morning, Director Zhong. Have you seen the viewership ratings yet? The 3rd episode has broken records again. We're practically unstoppable now. Ah, the international celebrity rankings have been updated. Where is it? Where is it? What rank is Director Zhong now? Today, the International Celebrity Rankings Index was refreshed again. On the rankings, Zhong Yi's international popularity soared once more. With unstoppable momentum, he advanced another 4 positions and planted himself firmly among the frontrunners of the international C-list rankings. Several famous international hosts from America and the UK who were at the top got surpassed by Zhong Yi. Overnight, Man vs. Wild became very popular. Overnight, Zhong Yi also became very popular. Zhong Yi smiled and said, "We've edged closer to the international B-list rankings once more." Ha Chichi said excitedly, "It might not be long before we really get into the international B-list rankings. Many viewers around the world and the media have high praise for our show, but I feel that it's still not the peak. The results from here on out could get even more astonishing." Zhongs were agreed. "I agree with that point." Little Wang said with a laugh, "It's on fire. We're on fire again." Ha Chichi was overwhelmed with emotion. The global television industry is already in chaos. Have you guys watched the news? Many people are pouring cold water on us. Actually, I can understand how they feel, I really do. They must not have expected that a TV show from China would one day ride over their heads. Zhongswa gave a wry smile. It's not like we expected that such a day would come either, right? Tong Fu said, "I expected it. It's just that I didn't think it would come so soon." Ha Chichi grinned from ear to ear. That's right. This day has arrived so quickly that it feels a little unreal. When I woke up this morning, my family told me that I laughed myself awake. Zhong Yi smiled and said, "Then we ought to shoot the next episodes even better." Wu Yi said, "Don't you worry about that, we're all ready." Zhong Yi said, "Let's get ready to set off then. I'll be counting on everyone to put in a little more hard work." Tong Fu said with a grin, "It's not hard work at all. We've already gotten used to it." The office door opened. Zhong Yi's mother was here as well. His mother said, "You're leaving again?" Zhong Yi nodded and said, "The itinerary has been established." His mother smacked her lips and said, "Be careful." "I know, Mom," Zhong Yi said. His mother instructed, "Don't keep eating anything that moves." When she said that, the studio staff broke out into laughter. Zhong Yi was also amused. "All right, I'll heed your words." Of course, it wasn't clear whether those words really had an effect on this fellow. Without getting much rest, the film crew was about to set off again. Film. 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 The studio staff only had one thing on their minds right now, and that was to film Man vs. Wild to the best that they could. This was the first television show they had that went global, as well as the first Chinese television show that made it abroad. Everyone's eyes were on them, and they needed to live up to the expectations by presenting the best show they could to everyone. As for how high Zhong Yi could lead them, they no longer cared. Several days later, the fourth episode was broadcast. It's starting. Quick, let's watch it. What the hell? It's a volcano. It's getting more and more dangerous each time. What kind of bug is that? Heavens, Lord Jong. Why are you catching bugs again? Your sister, you just parachuted down less than a minute ago and you're already thinking about food. Lord Jong is gonna sweep clean the volcanic valley. I can already see barren land at the end of this. Let's see what he's gonna eat today. Ah, there's an animal carcass. Lord Jong has spotted it. Damn, how long has it been dead for? He's dug the eyes one out of the carcass. Could he hecking be thinking of eating them? Damn. I refuse to believe that he'll eat them. Ah. He ate them. Yeah, he ate them. I'm gonna faint. I'm gonna puke. I've already puked. The fifth episode was broadcast. It's a spider. R.I.P., the spider and its family won't be able to escape this killer. Haha, it's gonna get roasted and eaten by Jong Yi. Ah, he didn't roast it. He ate it raw. He swallowed the spider raw. Oh my god. Does this guy have an iron stomach or something? He's putting his will to survive ahead of everything else. On this aspect, Jong Yi is showing that he's really dedicated to his job. I don't think there's another person like him. Ha ha ha, watch this, face-smacking Jong is down on his knees. Jong Yi is down. I'm pissing my pants laughing. You've finally gotten ill from eating. You deserve it for eating anything that you can find. This fellow has finally fallen ill. That's what he gets for pretending to be tough. Then what will happen in this episode? Who knows? I'm gonna gloat anyways. You guys are awful. Wait, he's getting up again. Damn, he's eating more insects. He's down again. It looks like he's gotten really sick this time. He looks terrible. It's really dangerous for this to happen in the wild. He could die. Ah, there's a snake. Lord Jong is up again. The snake has been eaten. I'm gonna faint. You're in such a state, yet you can still hecking eat. You just can't forget about eating even though you're already this sick, can you? Jong Yi says, help me up, I can still take another bite. Foot, ha 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 ha. Man vs. Wild continued to be a global hit. At times, there was tension. At times, there were screams. At times, it was shocking. At times, it was hilarious. Perhaps this was the charm of the show. Chapter 1671, A Man vs. Wild Special. 1 month. 2 months. The show was getting more and more popular. Jong Yi's international popularity was also ever-changing. He was advancing every week on the international C-list rankings. 24th place on the C-list. 20th place on the C-list. 11th place on the C-list. Everyone knew that the higher one was on the international celebrity rankings, the more popularity they would need in order to advance. There might not be a big difference between the 100th place and 99th place celebrities on the international C-list, but once you reach the forefront of the international C-list rankings, the difference in popularity scores between the rankings would get further and further apart. Don't mention advancing a dozen spots in one shot, just advancing by one position was already a very tough achievement. The other international celebrities were not idle either and would definitely not be waiting for the others to catch up. But even so, over the past 2 months, Jong Yi still managed to advance close to 20 places. This was obviously a very shocking matter. However, a lot of people did not feel too surprised about it. In these 2 months, the international entertainment circle had seen drastic changes and many excellent works had emerged. Novels, songs, movies. Some newcomers rose to fame, some washed-up celebrities returned for a second shot, while some popular celebrities fell off their altars. But when it came to the television show industry, only Man vs. Wild was worth a mention. Ever since its premiere broadcast, it had monopolized the entire television show industry. During these 2 months, Jong Yi might not have had any contributions in other areas, like writing a novel, composing a song, or making a movie. However, his work in the television industry alone was more than enough. With Man vs. Wild, he had given more than what was necessary. Currently, Zhong Yi had ascended to the top of the global television industry. On this morning, at the studio, Ha Chichi was at a loss. Are we really going to end it? Zhong's was said anxiously. Do reconsider, Director Zhong. Yeah, we have only done 20 episodes. Little Wang yelled in protest. Although it has achieved heaven-defying viewership ratings around the world, there are still many countries where it hasn't reached the top. Shouldn't we at least make a few hundred more episodes? Zhong Yi was amused. A few hundred more episodes? Can you really grasp the concept of what a few hundred episodes entails? For just 20 episodes, we've already spent 2 months working on them. Are you saying that we shouldn't be working on anything else for the next few years and only shoot Man vs. Wild? First, we don't have the time, and second, viewers will get tired of it. Even the best shows shouldn't be watched so often, and there will be a time when viewers get weary of it. I've seen the viewership ratings, and I think that the numbers for the past few episodes have peaked. There shouldn't be much room for growth. In fact, yesterday's episode is already reflecting a downward trend, so that indicates the show's momentum has already reached its limit. Tong Fu said, "Are you really willing to give it up? Let's just end the first season here." Zhong Yi smiled and said, "When the viewers are no longer tired of the show, who knows, we might go on to shoot a second season. However, we can't tweak the format much further, so making more episodes is actually rather pointless. It would get very repetitive, and that's not how I like it." Little Wang said, "But you're almost into the international B-list rankings." Yeah. Ha Chichi took a look at the rankings. You're already in 11th place. Zhong Yi smiled and said, "I can bear with not being home much for 2 months, but are you guys up for that physically?" Tong Fu had gotten very tan. Zhong's had become thinner. We lost even more weight. Everyone had really suffered a lot over the past 2 months. Tong Fu stiffened up and said, "I can still take it." Wu also said, "Let's do it again, Director Zhong. Everyone can take it." Zhong's said, "That's right. It would be such a pity otherwise. Even if we have to end the first season, we should finish it off with a bang. It wouldn't be our style if we didn't do it that way." Zhong Yi said, "Make it a big ending?" "Right. Let's do it, Director Zhong. We'll give it our all for one final time. We haven't gotten first place in American viewership yet. We're not yet first place in Japan and Korea either. Yeah, I'm not ready to give up until we're first in those countries. We're in our most glorious period right now, and our international influence and fame are their highest as well. If we don't fight for it now, who knows when we'll get another chance." Everyone started expressing their views on the matter. Zhong Yi had his own way and style when it came to doing a show. For example, the original version of Man vs. Wild in his previous world was indeed made up of several dozen episodes and ran for several seasons. But Zhong Yi did not do it the same way because he felt that it was sufficient to extract just the most interesting and exciting parts of the show. If he shot more than what was required, it would only become a burden to his reputation and hasten the viewers' fatigue of the show. Therefore, he felt that it was good enough to finish the show here. However, his studio staff were also right in their views. There really weren't too many opportunities to reach the top of the global television industry. Blinking for a bit, he suddenly had an idea. Zhong Yi said, "You guys really want to finish this off with a bang?" Everyone nodded their heads. Zhong Yi acknowledged, "All right, then how about this? We'll still go ahead with our original plan to finish up Man vs. Wild, but we will add in a few more episodes at the end and call it the Man vs. Wild special." Ha Chichi was taken aback. "A special?" Little Wang said dumbfoundedly, "What do you mean?" Tong Fu said, "Yeah, special in what way?" Zhong Yi smiled. "I'll invite some celebrities to come with me to survive in the wilderness." "Ah. This is good, this is good. Damn, what a wonderful idea. This will definitely work." When everyone heard that, they couldn't be more excited. They didn't know who Zhong Yi would invite, but just the thought of it was already something to look forward to. If the special was filmed well, they would definitely give an additional boost to the viewership ratings that had already peaked. As long as the celebrity guest lineup was good, it would surely work. On the same day, Zhong Yi made a few calls. It was very important to find the right celebrity guests. As his social network wasn't good and he didn't know a lot of people, there were only a few people he could think of. America. Jack was currently on set for the filming of a show. Hello, director. Jack, what are you doing? Haha, I'm filming a show. I heard that you've taken roles with several Hollywood productions, and their box office earnings are quite good too. I haven't congratulated you for that yet. Hollywood is placing more and more importance on the Chinese market. The slap that Wolf Warrior 2 dealt them has woken them up. Actually, it's only because of my popularity in China that I managed to secure several good offers. Speaking of that, director, I really have you to thank for it. You're welcome. Oh yes, I was looking for you regarding business. Please, go ahead. Do you want to come on Man vs. Wild? Huh? Are you interested? Doesn't that show only star you? I've added in a special episode and would like to invite a few celebrities to join me on my adventures. Haha, of course it won't be a problem for me. Alright, it's settled then. Set aside your time for me. We'll start filming next week. Alright. England. Lillian's house. A call arrived. Hi, fellow smoker? Lillian, what are you up to? I'm just at home. Whoa, you don't have any events today? Haha, I gave myself a vacation. Can you hear it? I'm watching Man vs. Wild right now. I didn't have time yesterday, so I'm watching the rerun today. How do you find it? It's quite good. Are you interested in being my guest then? Guest? For Man vs. Wild? Yes, but I wonder if I can convince an international superstar like you to take part in the show. Your show is so popular around the globe, so it shouldn't be difficult for you to invite a guest on the show, right? I'll take that as you're willing then. Sure. China. At Heavenly Queen Shumailan Studio. Sister Lan. Jonga, what made you think of calling me? We haven't met in a while. Wanna get together? Are you sure you have time for that? Don't you have to go out into the wilderness? I'm waiting for you to go with me next week. What do you mean? I'm doing a special episode and would like to invite some celebrities to survive in the wilderness with me. Ah. So how about it? Who have you already invited? Jack and Lillian. Your show has gone international. Will it be okay if I go? What's there not to be okay about? You're an Asian heavenly queen. But beyond Asia, who would know me? That might not be true. Even if they don't know you now, they'll know you soon enough. So then, I'll take it that you've agreed? I'll fill you in with the details when we meet up. Okay. The call ended. Her studio staff all looked over not knowing what was going on. Sister Lan's agent also asked, was that from Director Zhong? Shumailan nodded. Her agent asked, what was that about the wilderness? Shumailan laughed and said, he's going to do a special episode and would like to invite me as one of his guests to go on a wilderness adventure with him. Her agent was stunned. Zhong Yi's inviting you to go on Man vs. Wild? Who are the other guests? Lillian and Jack, Shumailan said. Immediately, the studio's staff screamed in excitement. Lillian? Lillian's going too? That's an international A-list superstar. Oh, I nearly forgot. Director Zhong and Lillian are friends. Has Director Zhong really invited us? Director Zhong is such a loyal friend. Yeah, Man vs. Wild is such a popular TV show around the world. If we can also appear on it, that would mean global exposure for us. Heavens, we finally have a chance to step onto the international stage. Director Zhong is a true friend. Director Zhong is definitely one of our people. He actually thought about us when a good opportunity arose. Chapter 1672, I thought you people were vegetarians. Several days later. The news spread. China. The first season is coming to an end? No. I haven't had enough of watching it. Yeah, give us some more episodes. We still haven't seen face-smacking Jong eat an aircraft carrier. America. What? A Man vs. Wild special? What does that mean? I heard many celebrities will be guest starring. Are you serious? The UK. Lillian's going too? The UK's most beautiful woman is participating in Man vs. Wild? Jesus, I have a bad feeling about this. Me too, but I'm also looking forward to it at the same time. Good luck, Lillian. Lillian, you must endure. Japan. There are so many celebrities participating. I must catch the upcoming episodes. I like Shumai-lan. I love Lillian. My goddess. Korea. He even managed to bring Lillian onto the show? It seems like Jong Yee's got a pretty big influence. It's also because Man vs. Wild is super popular. Jack is another tough guy. Let's see what kind of sparks fly when he meets Jong Yee. When does it air? I really want to watch the next episode. Meanwhile, somewhere abroad, the filming started. The entire crew had already set up camp in the wild. Jong Yee was recording his opening narration. Today, I'll be welcoming yet another adventure. But unlike before, I'll be doing it together with a few friends of mine. For the next 3 days, I'll be trying to survive together with them and find our way back into civilization. This will be an extremely tough test for them, as well as for me, so please wish us luck. Lillian. Shumai-lan. Ak. The 3 guests were already dressed in their full gear. Shumai-lan asked, "Are we setting off now?" Jong Yee smiled and said, "Yes." Jack looked left and right. "You guys are doing this for real?" "What do you mean by for real?" Jong Yee asked. Jack said, "Are we really going to depend on ourselves to survive for the next 3 days? There won't be any food. Or water. Are we supposed to look for all of that ourselves?" Jong Yee nodded. "Of course." Shumai-lan smiled and said, "That seems like quite a challenge." Lillian spoke at this moment. "Jonga, did you bring any cigarettes?" Jong Yee said in amusement, "Believe me, in another 2 hours, you won't be thinking about smoking. Let's go, it's time to set off. We need to look for a high point to observe the surrounding terrain. After that, we'll decide on a plan to survive for the next few days. Everyone, get ready, our adventure is about to begin." Everyone started marching off. An hour. 2 hours. 3 hours. Jong Yee had to shoulder the responsibility as the team leader and take care of his teammates at every point in time. This was also quite a challenge for him because the team was made up of people who had no experience in surviving in the wilderness. They usually ate and drank well and were all more pampered than the last, so this made the challenge even harder for him. On the first day, the performance of his teammates was already leaving him speechless. Jong Yee smiled and said, "Look what I found." Shumai-lan rolled her eyes and said, "It's a bug." But Jong Yee said, "No, this is protein." Lillian had a look. "Nah, that's just a bug." Jong Yee corrected her, "It's food. Come and have a taste." Lillian flipped her hair. "I wouldn't eat something like that even if you tried to kill me." Shumai-lan also said firmly, "Count me out as well. I'm a vegetarian." Jong Yee blinked. "Why don't I roast it for you too? We won't eat it even if it's cooked." The 2 women expressed a firm stance against it. Jong Yee simply shrugged and looked to Jack. "Jack. Wanna have a bite?" Jack gulped. I guess I'll give it a try." He took the unknown bug from Jong Yee and brought it towards his mouth in fear. The next second, the tough guy was kneeling. Jack started vomiting. He vomited like he had never vomited before. Jong Yee facepalmed. "You didn't even manage to bulk up on your protein intake and you're already puking your guts out." Jack yelled, "I'm not eating that anymore. Absolutely not. It's too disgusting." Lillian laughed and said, "I told you not to eat it." Jong Yee said, "Then are you guys just gonna stay hungry?" Shu Mailan said calmly, scientific evidence shows that humans can go 7 days without food. Lillian laughed and added on, and 3 days without water. Hearing that, Zhongyi laughed. Well, all right. At night, the 3 guests were each assigned a mission. Shu Mailan and Lillian were in charge of setting up the shelter. Meanwhile, Jack would help Zhongyi build a snare. It's done. We've caught something. Ha ha. The 2 of them returned, having caught a rabbit. Shu Mailan said, what a cute bunny. Zhongyi laughed and said, I'll leave the rabbit to you guys while I start the fire. Jack was hungry. Let's eat it quickly. I'll slaughter it. Lillian gave him a look. I think you should set it free. Jack said, huh? Shu Mailan chipped in, right, we can't eat it. It's too cute. Lillian curled her lips and said, Jack, if you eat such a cute rabbit, I'll look down on you. How cruel. Shu Mailan harumphed. Jack was extremely embarrassed. He immediately turned on Zhongyi. Zhongyi was the one who caught it. It has nothing to do with me. Actually, I don't want to eat it either. I don't like taking lives. Lillian nodded and said, that's the spirit, quickly release it then. Jack quietly released the rabbit under the egging of the 2 women. Zhongyi, who was standing far off in the distance trying to build the fire, noticed it as well, but he didn't stop them and just smiled slightly. Sun Quan, who was filming this, exchanged a look with Zhongyi. They both smiled. The shelter was built. The 4 of them laid down on the dry grass bedding. The night is so beautiful. Yeah, it's just that I feel a little hungry. It's not just a little, I'm extremely hungry. I thought that there would be some wild vegetation out here. Let's bear with it a little. It's only going to be for 3 days. Yeah, we'll get used to hunger very quickly. Only a fool would eat a strange bug like that. The 3 of them were encouraging one another. Meanwhile, Zhongyi was already fast asleep and snoring. The next day, early in the morning, when Zhongyi woke up, he discovered that no one was around. Then he heard some shouting and cheering in the distance. It turned out to be from Lillian and Shu Mailan. It was only then that he realized that the 3 people had woken up earlier than him, or perhaps they had not slept a wink at all for the entire night. So he got up and went outside to have a look. If he didn't do that, it would have been fine. But upon seeing them, he was utterly dumbfounded. Lillian was shouting, catch it. Shu Mailan's eyes were bloodshot. It ran over there. Lillian yelled, Jack, what are you doing? Speed up. Shu Mailan said, don't let it get away. Meanwhile, Jack was pouncing around in the grass. I can't catch it. Ah. There's a snake over here. Lillian's eyes lit up. The snake will do too. Shu Mailan roared, catch it. Catch them all. Zhongyi said in a stunned manner, what are you 3 doing? Jack said, Ayo, Director Zhong, come over and give us a hand. Shu Mailan said, why did you only just get up? Lillian said, catch it, Zhonga. We're all depending on you for breakfast. Sun Quan was capturing the entire scene from the side. He was laughing hard as he filmed them. This scene had tickled him pink. Zhongyi said in amusement, I thought you people were vegetarians. What vegetarians? Lillian swallowed and said, if we have to eat meat, we'll still eat meat. Zhongyi asked again, didn't you say that scientific evidence shows that humans can go 7 days without food? Shu Mailan said, science can be wrong sometimes. Zhongyi was speechless. Feeling helpless, Zhongyi could only help them out. When the expert got down to work, it was clearly very different from these amateurs. He caught a rabbit again today, which might have been the same rabbit from yesterday. On top of that, he also caught the snake. The 3 guest hosts' eyes were turning green from hunger. I'll go and look for firewood. I'll start the fire. This time, there wasn't a need for Zhongyi to say anything more. With their assistance, the first big meal since they came out into the wilderness was cooked. Lillian gorged herself. Shu Mailan also had no qualms for her image. Jack kept saying, this is so delicious as he ate the food. On the other hand, Zhongyi did not even manage to eat a few bites of food. However, he had a smile on his face. That's right, this is starting to feel more like a wilderness survival show. Chapter 1673, Zhongyi's first English song. During the day. Inside a valley full of blooming flowers. Zhongyi, is this edible? No. Zhongyi, how about this one? That's poisonous. I'm so hungry. Think of something, quick. The energy they gained from breakfast had already been expended. As they traveled, every one of them experienced how difficult it was to survive out here. When they watched the show on television, they didn't think much of it. But now that they had been thrown into the wilderness, they finally realized how difficult everything was. If they didn't have Zhongyi to depend on, they knew very well that they wouldn't make it out of here alive. Look. What? Honey bees. Honey bees? That means there's definitely a beehive nearby. Come, let's follow them. A beehive? Eventually, they found the beehive. It was located in an extremely secluded spot. Jack said excitedly, "It's over there." Lillian asked, "What do we do now?" Shumailan said, "How are we going to get it down? There are too many bees. We'll have to divide up the work now." Zhongyi started assigning the tasks. Sister Lan, go and look for some dried branches or grass. I want something very flammable. Shumailan nodded. All right, leave it to me. Zhongyi said, Lillian, I taught you how to use the hand drill method to make a fire yesterday. Lillian nodded and said, I'll give it a try. Zhongyi said, Jack, you and I will go up to the beehive. Trembling, Jack said, we won't get stung, will we? Zhongyi said, that's why we'll need to prepare some clothing to cover up any exposed areas on our bodies. Okay, I'll go look for some, Jack said. Soon after, some dry grass was set on fire. Zhongyi and Jack brought the burning grass towards the beehive. Shumailan said, come on, you guys can do it. Lillian called out to them, be careful. Every one of them was extremely hungry, so they were drooling at the thought of feasting on the honeycomb. Smoking the beehive. Baking it with fire. The bees started escaping in all directions. Zhongyi found an opportunity and used a tree branch to pick up the hive before turning around with it and running off. As he ran, he called out to Jack, hurry. Run, run. Jack scampered down the tree but stumbled. Shumailan blanched. Get out of there. When Lillian saw the bees flying towards them, she turned tail and fled as well. 10 minutes later. At the campsite far away, the four of them returned. Zhongyi, Jack, Shumailan, and Lillian had all been stung by the bees. Some of them had been stung a few times, and that was already relatively little. Zhongyi, being at the front line, had been stung over a dozen times, and his face was swollen. It was especially bad around his eyes where the clothes could not cover. But at this moment, none of them cared about this. They were all staring at the beehive while salivating buckets. Zhongyi started to distribute it. 1 piece for you. 1 piece for me. The three of them immediately chowed down on it after receiving a piece and were smiling so widely that their eyes narrowed. Shumailan exclaimed, why does it taste so good? Lillian said, what a delicacy. Jack was crying out, this is awesome. This is so awesome. In fact, the honeycombs that were sold in the market were all processed to make them taste better and increase their shelf life. It would definitely be much more delicious than this honeycomb that they were eating. The four of them must have tasted that kind of honey before, but the only reason they found the honeycomb they were eating now to taste better was mainly because of the environment they were in. This wasn't something they could buy with money. But obtained through their team effort, it tasted better to them. Zhongyi asked, do you three have a different view of survivalism now? Jack nodded. It's such a good feeling to be alive. Shumailan said, I used to think that being alive couldn't be more ordinary a thing. You should know that people like us work under great stress, and thoughts of taking the easy way out can happen occasionally. But in these 2 days, I haven't felt that way. Being alive, it's such a sacred thing. Zhongyi said, do you know what place this is? Jack was taken aback and shook his head. Shumailan also shook her head. Only Lillian answered, a war took place here. Zhong Yi nodded. This place has been through a war. Several thousand lives were lost due to an artillery barrage, and many of those who died were children and young soldiers no older than 18. They were all laid to rest here forever. No one said a word. There was silence. The atmosphere was a little grim. All of a sudden, Zhong Yi bent over and crouched down. He dug at the ground under a tree and picked up a dirt-stained badge from underneath it. There was blood on it. And a name as well. The badge belonged to someone named Andy. Jack was startled. "This is?" Zhong Yi said softly, "Let's all go for an afternoon nap." Lillian said, "Okay." Xu Mailan tugged at Jack and walked away together with him. The three of them went to get some rest. But Zhong Yi remained behind. He held the badge and stayed silent. Half an hour. An hour. The celebrity guests who were sleeping soundly were suddenly awoken. "Hear that?" Xu Mailan said. Lillian said, "What's that sound?" Jack said in surprise, "Who's that singing?" Lillian and Xu Mailan were awoken by a singing voice. They came out from the campsite and checked around the area to look for the source of the voice. Then they saw Zhong Yi and a sight they would not forget for the rest of their lives. Zhong Yi was clutching the blood-stained badge in his hand. He stood at the highest point in the secluded valley and was looking into the clear blue sky. His crisp voice rang throughout the valley. Zhong Yi gently sang one. "Mama, take this badge from me. I can't use it anymore. It's getting dark, too dark to see. Feels like I'm knocking on heaven's door. Mama, put my guns in the ground. I can't shoot them anymore. That long black cloud is coming down. Feels like I'm knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, 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 knocking on heaven's door." Zhongzhua, Wu Yi, Tong Fu, Sun Kwong. The film crew all came over. It was a rock song. But there wasn't any guitar. There wasn't any accompaniment either. There was only a sorrowful voice ringing out in the valley. It almost sounded like the voice was breaking through the clouds and drifting off to a faraway land. It was a feeling that was so indescribable that even Lillian, who was a professional singer, was stunned on the spot when she heard it. It was mesmerizing. The valley. The clouds. The singing. The badge. Everyone was in a state of shock. The voice that was knocking on heaven's door was also tugging at their heartstrings. Chapter 1674, Ascending to the Altar. On this day. In the morning. The Man vs. Wild special was finally broadcast. Due to the participation of several big-name celebrities, the attention on this show was at an unprecedented level. On TV, hello, everybody. Today, I'll be welcoming yet another adventure. But unlike before, I'll be doing it together with a few friends of mine. For the next 3 days, I'll be trying to survive together with them and find our way back into civilization. This will be an extremely tough test for them, as well as for me, so please wish us luck. China. Ha ha ha. It's starting, it's starting. Wow, it's Lillian. My goddess, she's so beautiful. Wow, Sister Lan has actually appeared on the show without any makeup. How bold. Jack is pretty handsome too. Japan. He caught a bug. What kind of bug is that? Who knows? It's been eaten by Zhong Yi again. Jack is gonna try it too? Pfft, Jack puked his guts out. This guy is so weak. And I thought he was supposed to be some tough guy from Hollywood. Korea. The tough guy has been left kneeling. Everything pales in comparison. Yeah, Zhong Yi is truly too fearsome of a person. No tough guy in the world would dare to eat like the way he does. Well done, Lillian. Don't eat it. Come on, Sister Lan. You can't eat it. Don't fall for Zhong Yi's tricks. The UK. Oh my God. Lillian and the others went out to hunt by themselves. They're trying to catch a snake. Oh my God. My goddess. I thought they were vegetarians. They must be terribly hungry. They've started eating with John Yi. America. There's no water around. Yeah, they couldn't find a water source. What is John Yi doing? Pee? Holy heck. He's drinking it. John Yi is drinking pee. I'm gonna puke. Australia. Jesus Christ. Does he need to go that far? He really hecking drank it. Yak is also drinking pee. Pfft, he's puking again. That Chinese female celebrity also puked after taking a whiff of it. Only John Yi will drink something like that. This cunt. Not even the world can stop him. France. This is so thrilling. This is why it's so fun to watch Man vs. Wild. Right, if you can't find a water source in the wild, the only choice left would be to drink urine. Believe me, when it comes down to it, a lot of people would make this choice as well. Lillian drank it too. Yeah, she really drank it. Well done, Lillian. I'm afraid Lillian's fans will be hunting down John Yi soon. Ha 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 ha. Russia. Those are honey bees. They've been stung. The 4 of them are in such a miserable state. Their faces are all swollen. They're finally getting some decent food. Wow, that honeycomb looks so delicious. Yeah, I'm drooling. The scenery is so beautiful. In Germany. It's a badge? There's even blood on it. I remember where this place is. It's the place where young soldiers were once deployed. Hi, a lot of soldiers are buried there. I'm feeling down now. Many of them were still children. India. Listen to that. Someone's singing. Who's singing? Look. It's John Yi. He's over there. Everyone has come out into the valley. Mama, take this badge from me. I can't use it anymore. It's getting dark, too dark to see. Feels like I'm knocking on heaven's door. When the singing rang out, the entire world fell silent. Everyone was looking at their screens in astonishment and looking at the man who was singing in the valley. Some people were stunned. Some people were dumbfounded. Some people closed their eyes and listened. Some people's tears started falling uncontrollably. This was a very famous and classic rock song from John Yi's previous world. It could even be called as one of the most classic rock songs of all time. The song's name was Knockin' on Heaven's Door, and it had been covered by multiple international superstars and Chinese celebrities. Meanwhile, the version John Yi had performed was even more special as there wasn't any music accompaniment. He had sung it a cappella, yet it was precisely because of this that gave the song an even greater wow factor. China. It's an English song. John Yi sang an English song. Is this his first ever English song? Yeah, it is. So he can really sing in English. It's such a nice song. America. Why does he know how to sing? I don't know, but his singing doesn't sound like an amateur's. And he even sang a cappella. That really tests a singer's skills. This guy has absolutely got to be a professional singer. I just found out that he can sing as well. Also, I've never heard of this song before. Was it composed by him on the spot? Is that great? Australia. How nice. I'm a little touched. I teared up listening to it. For the first time, it finally feels like he's a Nobel Peace Prize laureate. Yeah, this is clearly an anti-war song. It was really great. You don't usually get to hear such a heartfelt song. The Netherlands. He's called John Yi? I'm getting more interested in this Chinese celebrity. He's too talented at too many things. I have a feeling that this song is gonna get really popular around the world. The episode has ended. I wanna hear it again. Has it been released as a single? That same day, the entire world burst in an uproar. Man vs. Wild blew up once again. Knockin' on Heaven's Door also unexpectedly became very popular across the world. This was something that John Yi and the staff at his studio had not expected. When Zhong Yi sang the song, he had done so spontaneously and did not plan on recording it as part of the show. But at that time, the film crew had brought over their cameras when they heard the singing, so when Zhong Yi saw that it wasn't too badly performed, he included it in the final cut of the episode. He had not expected such a great reaction to it. This song was actually getting spread around by countless people, celebrities, and media outlets all over the world. At the studio, everyone was dumbfounded. Ha Chichi exclaimed, "The song is getting spread everywhere." Little Wang said in shock, "This is so crazy. Does this make it a package deal?" Zhongzhou was very amused. "We were just working on a TV show, but it ended up launching director Zhong's international music career as well." Tong Fu said gleefully, "This song's arrival is so timely." When director Zhong beat up someone at the Nobel Prize award ceremony and stirred up so much trouble, the Nobel Prize committee must have hated him to the bone. With the release of this anti-war song, we can finally consider ourselves acquitted. On the same night, the viewership ratings were released. America, number 1. Japan, number 1. China, number 1. Korea, number 1. The UK, number 1. Man vs. Wild had actually gotten first place in the viewership ratings ranking across multiple countries. Chapter 1675, ascending to the international B-list rankings. Online. It has ended. The season has ended. It was such a great show. Yeah, I've never watched such an exciting show before. It got first place in the viewership rankings of multiple countries. The show's viewership ratings are so scary. I can't bear to see it end. I really hope that it will continue airing. Let's congratulate Zhong Yi. Face-smacking Zhong has really done it this time. Did you guys see what the foreign media wrote about him? Ha, I saw it. The man at the top of the food chain. Pfut, that's a really apt nickname for him. There's really nothing that this fellow doesn't dare to eat. On this day. From the premiere broadcast to the season finale. After a full 3 months of broadcast, Man vs. Wild finally came to an end. When the special final episode ended, a celebratory feast was finally thrown. It was only then that everyone could afford the time to gather and celebrate this historical moment. Be it for Zhong Yi, for Central TV, for the industry, or for China, this was a show that would go down in the annals of history. The people from Central TV. The industry insiders. They were all here today. Director Meng came over with his glass raised. "Director Zhong, congratulations." Zhong Yi laughed and said, "And the same to you." Director Meng said, "Come, let me toast you." Zhong Yi said, "No need to be so polite, Director Meng." Yuing Yi stood up. "Zhonga, let me toast you as well." Zhong Yi clinked glasses with her. "All right." A person from Central TV said, "I wish you great success in the future. It was all thanks to you this time. You're very capable." Yeah, who would have thought that such a day would come for a show from China? Director Meng laughed heartily. "Director Zhong, honestly speaking, you're the only person in the industry whom I will take my hat off to." Zhong Yi said politely, "Ha, thank you. It was all down to the combined efforts of everyone. My job was just to film and edit the show. The rest of the venue arrangements, manpower allocation, and publicity were handled by Central TV. The show couldn't have gotten popular if any of that were missing. So let me offer a toast to everyone, cheers." "All right. Director Zhong, cheers. Let's work together again in the future should any opportunities arise." "Sure, no problem." It was very boisterous at the drinking table as everyone toasted each other amid laughter and chatter. In the past 3 months, everyone had gone through an unprecedented experience. This feeling of them rising up above the clouds was simply too fantastic. The glory and pride that they had earned was simply something that could not be bought with any amount of money. Zhong Yi was also very happy today. He drank around 8 glasses of rice wine all by himself, and no one could stop him. To tell the truth, it was very risky for him to make this show in the first place. Back in his previous world, Man vs. Wild was actually a foreign television show and Zhong Yi had forcefully ported it over to adapt into a Chinese show. Now that he had gained such good results, he was also very surprised by it himself. It could be said that in the many years since his debut, this was the project that brought him the most popularity. The stars had aligned perfectly for him this time. Ewing smiled and asked, "Have the international celebrity rankings been refreshed yet?" John Yi checked his watch. "I don't think it has. It's about to be updated." Ha Chichi said anxiously, "I wonder what it will be like." A person from Central TV said, "It definitely won't be a problem." Director Meng said, "Just 3 days ago, Director Zhong reached 3rd place on the C list, right?" Ha Chichi nodded. "That's right." Director Meng looked at Zhong Yi. "If you manage to break into the international B list, you're going to create history again. China has never had a celebrity who reached the heights that you're at. Not mentioning China, even for the other celebrities from other countries, there aren't that many of them who can reach the international B list rankings either." Zhong Yi laughed and said, "Who knows what will happen? Let's just wait and see." The international B and C list rankings were two entirely different concepts. Even if someone was ranked at the top of the C list, they were still just a C lister. They would still be lacking by a tier compared to a B lister. This time, Zhong Yi had used Man vs. Wild to ascend to the top of the global television industry, so of course he also wished that this show could push his popularity up by another level. He and his staff at the studio had had their eyes on the international B-list rankings for a very long time, and had been waiting for this day since then. It was such a rare opportunity. Zhong Yi was also hoping that he could muster up and break through to the next level in one shot. If he were to miss out on doing so, it might be a very long time before he could make another attempt on ascending to the international B-list rankings. There might not be such a good chance again within the year. The popularity rankings were about to be updated. Zhong Yi was full of anticipation. The studio's staff were starting to get anxious as well. America! It's out! The International Celebrity Rankings Index has been updated. Let me see, let me see. Oh my God! This! Japan! The index has been published. What ranking is Zhong Yi at? Have a look for yourself. He's not on the C list anymore. Korea. He's made it into the B list rankings. The international B list rankings. Heavens, China has finally gotten an international B lister. China. He really went up. Ha 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 ha. Lord Zhong is almighty. I knew it. I knew it. At Zhong Yi's maternal grandma's house. He did it. He succeeded. Little Yi is an international B-lister now. Are you serious? Look at it yourself. At the celebratory feast. Ha 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 ha. You've ascended to the B-list. You've done it. You've really reached the B-list rankings. Director Zhong, it's your treat. We're going to continue eating tomorrow, and it's going to be your treat. The International Celebrity Rankings. The results were finally revealed. Zhong Yi's name had disappeared from the international C-list rankings. By the time the index was updated, his name was among those in the international B-list rankings. Although he was in last place, although this was the very tail end of the international B-list rankings, a B-lister was still a B-lister. What it represented was entirely different from before. If an international C-lister was regarded as having only made inroads into the international entertainment circle, and was at the periphery, then an international B-lister could be described as truly having become a core member of the international entertainment circle. The title, popularity, status, qualifications, all of that was on a different level. The media erupted. The entire world was in a heated discussion. The International Celebrity Rankings Index has been updated. The man at the top of the food chain has ascended to the international B-list rankings. China's first international B-list celebrity. A Chinese celebrity's popularity soars. Zhong Yi's path of defiance. Zhong Yi, an all-around artist? Just how far can Zhong Yi keep going? In the past few months, Zhong Yi's international popularity had been skyrocketing. His popularity score was ever-changing by the day. On the day the season ended for Man vs. Wild, he finally broke into the international B-list rankings and completed a major milestone in his career. To the staff of Zhong Yi's studio, they had long heard from Zhong Yi himself that his final goal was to reach the highest spot in the international entertainment circle. At the time, they just listened to it as a joke and weren't too bothered by it. But they realized now that Zhong Yi had actually been serious at that time. Over the years, he had really made it to the spot that no one else dared to aim for. The international B-list rankings. This was just like a dream. Chapter 1676, Taking on Hollywood. Overseas, on an island. This was a world-famous vacation resort. Today, Zhong Yi had brought his wife and daughter, his parents, his cousins, his parents-in-law, and his staff from the studio here for a vacation. The whole lot of them booked all of the rooms at the only hotel on the island. Blue skies. White clouds. Crystal clear seas. The sand. The coconut trees. Everything was very beautiful. Wow. This is so beautiful. Boss, isn't this a little too extravagant? Ha ha, everyone, let loose and enjoy yourselves. We're on vacation for the next few days. Oh yeah. Long live the boss. Director Zhong is so generous. We can finally get a vacation. I love the sea. This is such a nice place. We're the only ones here. This is so awesome. Everybody was intoxicated by the beauty of this place. Some of them went straight out to sea to swim while others returned to the cottage by the sea to sort out their luggage. Cao Dan, Zhong Yi's eldest younger sister, even started live streaming while taking a stroll along the beach. She was fiddling around with her cell phone on a selfie stick as she chatted with her fans on the stream. It was getting really boisterous all around. Zhong Yi smiled and said, "Dad, Mom, how do you like the place?" His father nodded. "It's so beautiful." His mother muttered, "Just how much did all of this cost?" "Yeah, it's not much," Zhong Yi said. Li Qingqin smiled and said, "Sister-in-law, wanna go for a swim?" His mother immediately said, "All right, let's go." Wu Changhe said, "I won't be joining you too." Li Qingqin said, "Then play some Go with your son-in-law." Wu Changhe rolled his eyes and said, "I'm not gonna play with him." Zhong Yi laughed, "Ha ha." His second sister shouted from the sea, "Brother, come and teach us how to swim." Zhong Yi smiled and shouted back at her, "You guys play by yourselves for now. I'll teach you all in a while. Don't go out too far into the sea, it's very deep. Just stroll along the shore for now." His third sister yelled, "We're all waiting for you. Hurry up." Wu Ziqing smiled. "Why don't you go play with them for a bit?" Zhong Yi laid on the deck lounger not wanting to move. "I'm so exhausted from the past few months, and I have yet to recover. Let me relax a little first." He gave a lazy yawn and said, "I'm so sleepy." Cece said childishly, "Daddy, I'm going to play with Sister Chen Chen." Zhong Yi smiled and said, "Go on, go on." Chen Chen pulled Cece by her hand, and they headed off together to play. Zhong Yi was lying down with his eyes closed and felt very comfortable. Seeing his family so happy, he was also very happy. He had been too busy during this period and was hardly home. Most of his days were spent out in the wilderness in order to film the show. Now that the show had ended its run, and he had also risen onto the international B-list rankings, he was finally able to get some good rest. So he decided to bring his family and colleagues here to the island for a vacation. As they said, there had to be a proper work-life balance. An hour. 2 hours. Everyone was enjoying themselves and there was laughter all around. Soon after, Ha Chichi and the others came back to the beach. Director Zhong. Ha Chichi asked, "Are we really going to rest for the entire week?" Zhong's was said, "We're afraid that you'll slip off the international B-list rankings." Yeah. Little Wang said worriedly as well, "It wasn't easy getting up there, so we had better not get pushed back down after spending just a few days on it. That would be so embarrassing." Zhong Yi said in amusement, "That won't happen. I've already seen the popularity scores on the rankings. Although we're currently in last place on the B list, there's still a significant difference in popularity between me and the number 1 C-list celebrity. I dare not say that it will remain the same for the next month or two, but we definitely won't be surpassed by that person in a week. Everyone has been working hard for some time now, so enjoy yourselves while we're here. Don't think about work. I haven't really organized any trips over the years, so now that we have an opportunity to do so, let's not waste it. Ha Chichi laughed and said, "Sure, we won't hold back on enjoying ourselves then." Little Wang said, "Director Zhong, can we drink the liquor in the hotel?" Zhong Yi gave the go-ahead and said, "Drink as you like, eat as you like, it's all on me." Wow! A few of the younger employees cheered. Director Zhong is almighty. Ha Chichi said helplessly, "Do the few of you only know how to eat and drink?" But Zhong's were still couldn't relax. Sometimes, the higher one's position was, the more stress they had. There were some matters that he couldn't not think about. What's our next step going to be? Ha Chichi also asked, "Do you have any plans?" Zhong Yi shook his head. "I'm not sure." Ha Chichi said, "The higher we climb, the harder it is to go on." "That's for sure." Zhong Yi laughed and said, "But the harder it is, the more we have to go on." Little Wang said excitedly, "Our next step is definitely to make a push for the international A-list rankings." Wu Yi sighed and said, "The international A-list rankings, that was something that we didn't use to dare think about. We've actually gotten so close to it already?" Zhong Yi said, "Actually, it's still very far away. Getting from the international C-list to the B-list rankings was still relatively easy. But to get from the international B-list to the A-list rankings, it's almost an insurmountable task to complete. Lillian herself is an international A-list superstar, but compared to her, I still lack too much popularity. When we get back, the first task will be to stabilize our footing in the international B-list rankings. Afterwards, we can start considering what options we have. The main thing we need are the right opportunities." Ha Chichi sighed and said, "The best choice is still to make a movie." Zhong's were agreed, yes, in the international entertainment industry, movies are ranked at the very top. If we want to increase our popularity, the fastest way would be by making a movie. Unfortunately, we have no say in Hollywood. It's not a place where we can come and go as we please. Although we also recently had quite a few offers from Hollywood to join their productions, most of them are only looking for you to be in a supporting role. Those who can offer you the main lead are the smaller productions with a lower budget, so let's not even mention your chances of getting approached to direct a movie. They wouldn't have the guts to do so even though you directed a domestic movie that got close to breaking the global records, and a TV show that became very popular around the globe. Hollywood? Movies? Zhong Yi smiled and said, "Hollywood would be crazy if they really approach me to direct a movie." Ring, ring, ring. Ring, ring, ring. Zhong Yi's cell phone rang. From the caller ID, he saw that the call was coming from the richest man in China. "Hello? Boss Qian? Teacher Zhong, where are you? I'm on a vacation overseas. I haven't congratulated you on reaching the international B list yet. Hi, who knows if I might fall off of it in a few days. You won't. I have enough faith in you to know that. So what is it, Boss Qian? Is something the matter? What are your plans from here on out?" "Haha, I haven't thought of them yet. What if I want you to make a movie for me? But I don't really have a good script for a domestic movie right now. It's going to be a Hollywood movie." "Hollywood? What do you mean?" "I'm in the midst of acquiring a Hollywood studio, and we've entered the final stage of negotiations. The studio isn't exactly a large one, but it's also not small. So I'm calling to give you a heads up. When the deal is completed, I want you to make a movie for me. You'll be the director, and I'll leave the casting and editing to you as well. I'm not going to interfere with the production at all. Go ahead and film anything you want. Even if the final box office earnings are just okay, it's fine with me. So how about it?" "Ha, it's a deal." "All right then, it's a deal." Chapter 1677, Acquiring a Hollywood Studio. A few days later. On Weibo. The news got out. "Have you heard? China's richest man is buying out a Hollywood studio." "I heard about it too." "That's probably just a rumor, right?" No, it should be true. It seems like the deal is almost complete. Qian Haitao is too rich. If he can successfully buy it, many of our Chinese celebrities will get a chance to enter Hollywood. There are some media outlets saying that Qian Haitao has already invited Zhong Yi to help him out. Wow! Is that really true? If Zhong Yi were to make a movie in Hollywood, that would definitely be big news. Face-smacking Zhong is going to make a Hollywood movie? I will definitely watch it. I'm also looking forward to it. Even with the military-themed domestic movie that face-smacking Zhong made, he was still able to use it to break into the top 100 global box office movies of all time. If he were to really make a Hollywood blockbuster, just how hecking crazy would the box office earnings be? It's very possible that it would break Wolf Warrior 2's record. In the past, Zhong Yi has always done unconventional things like poetry, crosstalk, calligraphy, Go, hacking, math, etc. But if he really wishes to keep advancing in international showbiz, he will need to depend on making movies. This time, face-smacking Zhong is finally going mainstream. Back at home, the family had already returned from their vacation. Old Wu asked, "Do you want to bring this?" Zhong Yi answered, "Yes. I've also packed some gastric medicine for you." "Yeah, that won't be necessary. Just bring it along." "All right. Pack in a few more clothes as well." "Okay." Wu Ziqing was packing for Zhong Yi. His mother said in a speechless manner, "You're going off again so soon after coming back?" "I'm just packing in advance." Zhong Yi said with a chuckle, "I'm still waiting for the confirmation from old Qian, so I've got to be ready to set off at a moment's notice. I don't want to get blindsided by lack of preparation." His father said, "Why don't you rest a few more days?" Zhong Yi laughed and said, "I've already rested for a week, it's time I got back to work. Otherwise, my popularity is going to fall and I'll drop back into the C list. It's fine, I won't be too worn out this time. It's just making a movie in Hollywood anyway. Once I'm done there, I'll head home immediately. It's my first time making a Hollywood movie, so this is a rare opportunity for me." Cece said, "Daddy, you can do it." Zhong Yi gave his daughter a kiss. "Thanks, my dear." His mother said, "Will the staff from your studio be going as well?" Zhong Yi nodded. "Yeah. I'm bringing them with me." His mother asked, "Why can't you shoot the movie in China?" His father also asked, "Yeah, why do you have to insist on going to America?" Zhong Yi explained, "It's different. Making a Hollywood movie isn't just about where you shoot it. There's also the facilities, personnel, technical skills, distribution channels, and publicity efforts to consider. They have a lot of equipment that isn't readily accessible here, while their personnel and technical skills are also top-notch. As for the distribution of the movie, there is a need to consider the overseas market as well. That's why I still have to go to America. Why else do you think old Qian is spending so much effort to acquire a Hollywood studio? What he really wants is to get a hold of their technical facilities and distribution channels. Perhaps in the future, I can choose to shoot a movie wherever I want after bringing our people over there to learn from them." His mother curled her lips. "Learn from them? As if." His father said, "Your mom is afraid that you'll go there and start trouble again." Zhong Yi laughed and said, "I won't." Even Wu Ziqing, who was beside them, couldn't help but smile when she heard that. They still understood Zhong Yi very well. What learning? They were quite sure that Zhong Yi absolutely did not hold such a belief. They also knew that Zhong Yi was going to America this time simply because he wanted to cause trouble there. They had already seen too many such incidents happen before. This fellow would always cause chaos in whichever industry he went into. Just look, he had basically turned the television industry upside down over the past few months, and now, he was thinking of taking on Hollywood again. However, they were still supportive of Zhong Yi's choice. The influence of Hollywood movies in the international entertainment industry was so obvious, that even a 3-year-old kid knew about it. This could be seen by how 90% of the current crop of A and B-listers in the international entertainment industry had come through from Hollywood movies. He rested. He prepared. He waited. Zhong Yi was ready to leave at any moment. Even now, countless choices were popping up in his mind as many classic movies from his previous world kept flashing by. He could pick any one of them with his eyes closed and still be confident that he could shoot a Hollywood movie that would stun the world. Zhong Yi had been thinking of entering Hollywood for a long time. However, the chance to do so hadn't presented itself. Now that it had, he didn't know how to select which movie he wanted to film. This movie? Or that movie? He kept going through his choices. America. Wilson's company. What? One of our Hollywood studios is getting acquired by China? They've already commissioned Zhong Yi to make a movie? Is that fellow really coming to Hollywood? Damn it. I don't like him. Me neither. Over the years, director Wilson has only had one movie, Commando 2, underperform at the box office. It was precisely Zhong Yi who ruined that record. Japan. Zhong Yi is going to Hollywood. The day has finally come? I knew that the day would come, but I never expected it to arrive so soon. If he manages to establish himself in Hollywood, won't he become unstoppable? Yeah, but he's already as good as unstoppable now. The showdown between Zhong Yi and the Hollywood big shot directors is finally going to happen. The UK. Zhong Yi should still be considered a newcomer to Hollywood, right? I guess so. After all, he hasn't directed a Hollywood movie before. There's a huge gap between Chinese movies and Hollywood movies, so there shouldn't really be much to worry about, right? But don't forget this, he never made any movies prior to the Chinese movie. Yeah, for someone who has never made a movie before, he broke into the top 100 global box office movies of all time with the very first movie he directed and acted in. It would be a wonder if Hollywood isn't worried about him. Russia. I heard that there are people from the Directors Guild making a commotion. What are they making a commotion about? It seems like they're trying to block the acquisition by the Chinese company. There are indeed a lot of difficulties in the way of this acquisition deal. Haha, so those big-shot Hollywood directors also have something to fear? The man at the top of the food chain has turned his sights on Hollywood. I'm actually looking forward to what kinds of works he produces. This could very well determine how far Zhong Yi can go in the international entertainment industry. There was uproar in the outside world. There was international buzz. People from all over the world turned their attention to this acquisition deal. In fact, they were even a little overly concerned about it. If it were an American CEO acquiring the studio, or an English company doing so, there wouldn't be a problem at all, nor would it cause such a big hubbub. It was such a big issue because a Chinese company was looking to acquire the studio. The ownership of a medium-sized Hollywood studio could eventually affect the status quo of the international entertainment industry, so be it the media, the common folk, the industry, or the celebrities, everyone would naturally pay attention to this matter and wait to see what the outcome would be. Some people were pleased. Some people were excited. Some people were worried. Some people protested. There were all kinds of reactions from people. Chapter 1678, An Animation Studio? On this day. America. Los Angeles International Airport. In the evening, an airplane slowly descended. Zhong Yi said, "How was everyone's sleep?" Tong Fu smiled and said, "We all got enough sleep on the plane." Ha Chichi asked, "Director Zhong, do we need to get in contact with Boss Qian?" "No." Zhong Yi smiled and said, "He's probably busy now. We'll go ahead and hang out by ourselves first." Little Wang said in a rush, "I'll go get the luggage, I'll go get the luggage." Zhong's was said, "Transportation has already been arranged." Zhong Yi stretched. "All right, let's go." They had chartered a minibus to take everyone from the studio directly into the Los Angeles suburbs where the world-renowned entertainment capital was, Hollywood. The coast. The old theaters. The movie theme park. The Hollywood Walk of Fame 1. Zhong Yi led his team to visit the attractions and traveled the entire Hollywood area just like the usual tourist. For Zhong Yi, this was only a SOSO experience. This fellow was never really into foreign culture anyway, so he just went around with the others and joined in the fun. However, the rest of the studio was visibly excited. For example, Little Wang and Little Ju both had stars in their eyes when they arrived at the Walk of Fame. They were yelling as they ran up to it to take pictures with the handprints and autographs of their favorite foreign celebrities. Throughout the tour, they behaved as though they got an adrenaline rush. Little Wang giggled and said, "When will Director Zhong have his name and handprints imprinted here as well?" Little Ju said, "Soon, very soon. Director Zhong's handprints will surely be installed here in the future." There was also a Walk of Fame in this world, and it was the highest honor that could be given to a celebrity in this world. However, Zhong Yi had to be a wet blanket by saying, "Forget it, just look at all the stars on the floor. Whoever visits this place would be stepping all over them, so why would I want my name to be put here?" As for the handprints, these people really don't have any awareness of their security. What if they leave their fingerprints in the concrete and have their bank credentials stolen as a result? Hachichi was speechless. Zhongswa was speechless. Little Wang was speechless. Every one of them was very speechless in regards to Director Zhong's sense of security. Further down, they found the star with Lillian's name on it. Zhong Yi immediately went up to it and stepped on the star, then took out his cell phone to take a picture. After that, he sent it to Lillian. A moment later, he received Lillian's reply, "Get lost." When Zhong Yi saw it, he laughed out loud. On the sidewalk, quite a few foreign tourists recognized Zhong Yi. "Quick, look. That man looks very familiar. Is that Zhong Yi? It's him. It's that Chinese celebrity. Wow, he really came to Hollywood. I like him a lot. Me too. Man vs. Wild is a very good show. I like his Gone with the Wind." Did he really come to Hollywood to make a movie? Many of the foreigners had taken out their cameras to take photos of him, and several pretty ladies also came up to him to graciously ask for an autograph and picture together. Naturally, Zhong Yi did not reject them. He obliged everyone's requests and got a new understanding of his fame overseas as well. From the time he turned into an international B-list celebrity, he realized that his fame and influence was different from before. If this were the past, he wouldn't possibly get so much attention even if he were out walking the streets overseas. This event also surprised many of the studio's staff. Hachichi whispered, "Director Zhong is really an international star now." Zhongswa sighed and said, "Yeah, there are so many people who know about him now. It's more than that." Little Ju said, "Director Zhong has many foreign fans now." Little Wang said proudly, "That's true, who do you think our Director Zhong is?" Tong Fu said excitedly, "After we enter Hollywood, our popularity will surely go higher and higher. We haven't even made the movie yet." Zhongswa laughed and said, "Be more modest for now." Hachichi said, "Just look at these names on the Walk of Fame. If we want to make it to the top of the international entertainment circle, we definitely have to make a movie." Everyone nodded in agreement. 2 hours later, a call arrived from China's richest man. Zhong Yi answered, "Boss Qian." Qian Haitao sounded a little tired. "You've arrived?" "Yes," Zhong Yi answered. Qian Haitao said, "Shall we meet?" Zhong Yi said, "Is the deal not done yet?" Qian Haitao said, "Let's speak when we meet." Zhong Yi said, "Okay." After hanging up, everyone turned serious. Hachichi said nervously, "What is it, Director Zhong?" Zhongswa said in surprise, "The deal didn't work out?" Zhong Yi shook his head. "I don't know. But with how old Qian spoke over the phone, there's likely some problem. How could this happen?" Little Wang said, "Boss Qian isn't short on money and made the best offer as well. There shouldn't be any other companies who can compete with him to bid for the studio, right?" Zhong Yi said, "Acquiring a Hollywood studio is sometimes not just about the money." Everyone got onto the minibus and headed straight to Qian Haitao's hotel. But while they were on the minibus, the news came out. Just as Zhong Yi had expected, the acquisition deal met with a major stumbling block. Hachichi's face sank. "We might have come to America for nothing this time." Little Wang said in shock, "What happened? Have a look for yourselves." Hachichi handed them the cell phone with the news on it. The news was already talking about it. All over the world, people were already discussing this news. China. The acquisition fell through? How can that happen? The Directors Guild went on a demonstration to block it? They even sent an American official to act on the matter? They aren't allowing a Chinese company to buy a Hollywood studio. Damn, they're going too far. There was even an official intervention on the matter? There was also price gouging involved. France. As expected, it didn't go through. It seems like they're not letting China step into Hollywood's territory. An official intervention is such a last-ditch effort. Hollywood's stance on this is tough. It looks like Zhong Yi has failed to enter Hollywood again. Yeah, he failed to do so the previous time with Commando 2. Seems like he has no luck with a Hollywood debut. Russia. The Chinese company has still gained something out of this. They might not have acquired the film studio, but they did manage to buy an animation studio. The price they paid for it was too great though. Yeah, it's only an animation firm. There's not much they can do with it. Animated films barely make a dent in the box office earnings. I suppose acquiring the animation studio is more of a symbolic statement. Japan. Zhong Yi has gone to Hollywood. Seems like he has already arrived. It looks like he's gonna have to return to China again. This fellow's journey in showbiz has not been smooth at all. The deal was already sealed, yet they still lost it. The strong objection in America still played a key role in stopping the deal. America. At the Directors Guild. We've succeeded. Ha 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 ha. We've finally shut out the Chinese company. Well done. But we still allowed them to get away with one of our animation studios. An animation studio doesn't matter much. Animated films don't make much of an impact at the box office anyway. Our protest still had a huge effect. We won't allow Hollywood to be a mouthpiece for the Chinese. That's right. If they're so capable, go ahead and make an animated film. Let them suffer an enormous loss. Ha 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 ha. Chapter 1679, Zhong Yi wants to make an animated film. At night. In a hotel in Hollywood. Zhong Yi brought his people over. Qian Haitao and his acquisition team were currently putting away the contractual documents. They had probably just finished the negotiations, and every one of them had a look of frustration and anger. There was a sense of defeat in their expressions. Boss Qian Jr. was also here, and he was currently cursing and swearing. Boss Qian Jr. shouted, "Those bastards." One of the managers said angrily, "No one does things the way they do." Qian Haitao looked towards the door. "Teacher Zhong, you're here?" Zhong Yi nodded. "I just arrived." Boss Qian Jr. roared anxiously, "Director Zhong, have you seen the news yet?" Zhong Yi acknowledged, "I saw it on the way here." "What happened?" Boss Qian Jr. said angrily, "Don't bring it up. Those Hollywood bastards teamed up to take us down. They marched in protest and made trouble until the government stepped up. With just a statement, they denied our acquisition. Right now, none of the Hollywood studios dare to sell their company to us anymore. It doesn't even matter how much we offer them. In the end, Dad had no other choice. There's no such thing as stepping back on a business plan that has been announced, so we had to settle for the next best thing. In the end, he forked out a large sum of money to buy an animation studio instead. The scale of the studio isn't big either, yet the price was so high. This acquisition deal can be considered a failure. Motherhecker, I'll be at odds with those Hollywood executives forever. Qian Haitao frowned. Rascal, be quiet and talk a little less. Boss Qian Jr. rolled his eyes in anger. It could be seen that Qian Haitao was someone who had been through a lot. In the business world, things are always unpredictable. It's often not as simple as you think. Then he looked at Zhong Yi and apologized, "I'm afraid I've made you come here for nothing this time. The plan was originally proceeding quite well, but who could have thought it would go so awry? I'll take full responsibility for it. I never expected that Hollywood and the Directors Guild would have zero tolerance for our Chinese companies. I wasn't even sure that we could seal the deal for the animation studio, but luckily, Hollywood already has an established system. No one really watches animated films, and the box office performance for such productions is not high either, so the deal has more of a symbolic significance for us. From here on out, we can only try to see if we can transform the animation studio into a movie studio. We might have ended up using a different way to help our country, but I doubt we can make much of an impact within the next 2 years. A manager said, "We apologize for this, Director Zhong." Zhong Yi said, "It's fine." Someone arrived from outside. The youth said, "Boss Qian, the press conference is about to begin." Qian Haitao said, "All right, I'll head over once I'm ready." Very quickly, Qian Haitao brought his people downstairs to join the press conference, leaving the group of people from Zhong Yi's studio looking at one another. Ha Chichi sighed, "Hi, let's go back then." Little Wang said angrily, "Why is it so difficult when we just want to make a movie?" Zhongs were looked at Zhong Yi. "Should I book the plane tickets back now?" "Wait a bit first." Zhong Yi said, "Let's go down and have a look too." Tong Fu was taken back. "What else is there to see?" Zhong Yi said, "I want to know if old Qian can hold up." In the meeting hall downstairs, the venue of the press conference, many foreign reporters had their equipment up in anticipation. By now, the news of how China's richest man had failed in his acquisition of a Hollywood studio had spread around the world. It had made it into many of the entertainment news reports, and who knew how many people were laughing at them right now. An American reporter smiled and said, "First, congratulations on your successful acquisition." Qian Haitao smiled. "Thank you." That American reporter asked, "It's a pity that the other Hollywood studio could not be brought under your company's fold. I heard that this was because there was some pressure from various parties, so do you have any opinions on that?" Qian Haitao shook his head. "I don't wish to answer this question." A female reporter said, "Acquiring Star Moon Animation Studios is the first step that your company has taken in Hollywood. Can you share with us your future plans?" Qian Haitao said, "Acquiring the studio is to make movies, of course." A male reporter said, "As far as we know, 2 of Star Moon's animation directors resigned a while ago. They were also the only 2 contracted directors of the company, so it can be said that Star Moon doesn't have any directors. Therefore, if I may ask, can your company come out with any movies?" Qian Haitao said, "You don't have to worry about that." Quite a few reporters started laughing. "Has Zhong Yi already arrived in Hollywood? About the project that you guys were slated to work on together, has it been cancelled? When will Zhong Yi head back to China? What kind of productions will Star Moon participate in next? Will you all be getting a Chinese animation director to start a project? Does China have any animation directors? Why did the Hollywood Directors Guild collectively boycott against you? Have you considered that it was a mistake for you to acquire an animation studio?" Question after question. It was like these reporters were on adrenaline as they kept asking all of the questions Qian Haitao and his people did not wish to answer. Perhaps to these reporters, the Chinese were really suckers for money. They had come so far from China to Hollywood, and spent such a big deal of money just to end up acquiring an animation studio that no one really wanted to buy. This was clearly a losing deal no matter how they saw it. And it was precisely because this was a losing deal that no government officials intervened with the Chinese company from acquiring the Hollywood animation studio. Otherwise, they wouldn't even be able to acquire any companies at all. The expressions of the Chinese team didn't look good. Outside the venue, the people from Zhong Yi's studio were also getting infuriated. Little Wang said, "They're pushing it too far." Tong Fu said enraged, "Are they done yet?" Boss Qian Jr. rolled up his sleeves and was about to head inside. Heck! Fortunately, he was held back by Ha Chichi and Wu Yi. "Calm down. Calm down." Only Zhong Yi was not angered. In fact, this fellow seemed to be very amused after listening to all of those questions. Taking a large stride, Zhong Yi went up to them. Ha Chichi was startled. "Director Zhong." Zhongzhou was dumbfounded. "What are you trying to do?" Tong Fu said in panic, "Ayo." None of them could have expected what Zhong Yi was planning to do this time. On the stage, Qian Haitao and his team were also stunned for a bit. In the audience, the reporter's eyes lit up. It was Zhong Yi. He had finally appeared. This was going to get interesting. Just as they were about to continue asking those hurtful questions, Zhong Yi went ahead and picked up a microphone from the table. He said something to them that left them all in shock. Zhong Yi smiled and said, "Let me answer the questions that you all raised earlier. Of course, my cooperation with Boss Qian isn't over. When will I return to China? I have no plans to do so in the short term. What kind of projects will Star Moon be working on next? We're going to make an animated film. Does China have any animation directors? Of course we do. Coincidentally, the person standing right before you is one of them. In the coming days, I'll be working with Boss Qian to make a Hollywood animated film." The reporters were shocked. Qian Haitao was stunned. Boss Qian Jr. was dumbfounded. Ha Chichi, Zhong Zhui, and the others were also startled. An animated film? You want to make an animated film? Originally, Zhong Yi had come to Hollywood this time to make a live-action movie, and he also made advanced preparations for it. But making an animated film? Who says he doesn't know how to? This bro is gonna show you that it can be done all the same. Chapter 1680, the animation film production is initiated. The press conference ended. Some reporters hurriedly left the venue. Some reporters hurriedly made some calls. And there were some reporters who had shocked looks as they stood there in a daze. This breaking news had come too unexpectedly. Zhong Yi was already a true blue international B-list celebrity now, and he was also one of the most popular idol celebrities currently. His fame and popularity were no longer the same as before, so everyone would naturally be more attentive to his developments. This was especially so after Man vs. Wild got really popular around the world, leaving many people wondering what his next step would be. An animated film? What kind of joke are you cracking? Isn't that something that children watch? On the other side, Boss Qian Jr. said dumbfoundedly, "What's this about?" Little Wang was also stunned. What just happened? Director Zhong. Ha Chichi facepalmed and looked at Zhong Zhuo. You. Why didn't you stop him? Zhong Zhuo said, "I couldn't react in time. You were standing closer. Why didn't you hold him back?" Ha Chichi said, "I'm a woman, like I'd have the strength to hold him back." Tong Fu didn't know whether to laugh or cry. "Sister Ha, brother Zhuo, please don't blame each other. What should we do now? Director Zhong has already announced his intentions." Qian Haitao also came over. "Teacher Zhong, what was that about?" Zhong Yi smiled. "Didn't I already agree to make a movie for you?" Qian Haitao looked at him and said, "But what I mentioned was a live-action movie, a Hollywood blockbuster, a platform that would allow you to showcase yourself without restraint. Now that we didn't manage to acquire the studio, that agreement would naturally be null and void. I only have an animation studio now, but you're the director of a top 100 global box office movie, so why would you want to direct an animated film under me? Wouldn't that be a joke?" But Zhong Yi said, "Is an animated film not a movie?" "It's a movie," Boss Qian Jr. said hurriedly, "but they're movies for children." Zhong Yi laughed. "Whoever told you that?" Boss Qian Jr. was taken aback. "What do you mean, who told me that? Everyone knows it." Zhong Yi said, "The animated films that I make are naturally going to be different from other people's." Boss Qian Jr. said, "It's all the same whoever makes them." Ha Chichi advised, "Director Zhong, this is a big deal. You should really consider carefully whether it will work or not. A movie's production cycle is very long. If we really spend time on making it, and it ends up with no one watching it, that would be a blow to your career for sure. Your popularity will definitely drop if that happens. We're currently on the rise, and it wasn't easy getting onto the international B-list rankings, so we had better not fall from grace overnight because of this. In any case, I don't agree with making an animated film." Zhong Zhuo said, "I don't agree either. No matter how the overseas response to your previous movie was, Wolf Warrior 2 is still a production that earned 4.8 billion yuan at the box office. With this as a benchmark, how much would we need to earn to be considered a success if our next project is an animated film? 1 billion? 2 billion? I'm afraid that wouldn't be enough at all. Moreover, the historical global box office earnings for animated films have never crossed $200 million before. The animated film market is only so large with a niche demographic, so it will be very difficult to achieve any results. Everyone was trying hard to persuade him. But Zhong Yi said, "I don't think that's how it is." Qian Haitao said in a serious tone, "What are you thinking then?" "I'm thinking of pulling off another big one." Zhong Yi said. "Pull off a big one? Again? How many big ones have already you pulled off this year?" The studio staff were flustered when they heard that. Whenever director Zhong said something like this, he would always come up with some earth-shattering move. They had already learned to be afraid of him. Boss Qian Jr. said with a wry smile, "Are you really planning on making the movie?" Zhong Yi said, "Of course. I've already announced it, haven't I?" Qian Haitao said, "Will it really work?" Zhong Yi said, "It will." Qian Haitao asked, "Are you sure?" Zhong Yi nodded. "I'm very sure." Qian Haitao said, "Okay, I believe you." To a happy cooperation. Zhong Yi stretched out his hand. Qian Haitao grasped his hand and said, "We'll be depending on you then." Zhong Yi cautioned them. "You all know very well how I am. I either don't do it, or I do it to the best of my abilities. Therefore, the project's budget might get a little large." Qian Haitao said domineeringly, "I lack everything but money. Talking to me about money? Can you be any funnier? Besides, how much funding could an animated film possibly need?" Qian Haitao said, "Is 100 million enough?" Zhong Yi blinked. "RMB?" Qian Haitao was taken aback. "Yeah." Zhong Yi shook his head. "That definitely isn't enough." Qian Haitao said without hesitation, "How about 200 million? Zhong Yi said, "It's still not enough." Qian Haitao said, 200 million is still not enough? Even a big production like Wolf Warrior 2 only cost 200 million to make, right?" Zhong Yi quoted an astonishing figure next. "I'm thinking more like 1 billion to start." Qian Haitao's smile froze. Everyone present was dumbfounded as well. How much? 1 billion? For a start? This is only an animated film, all right. The highest box office record for an animated film did not even reach 1 billion RMB in earnings, yet you're asking for 1 billion RMB investment as a start. Even if this was a Hollywood blockbuster, even if many international A-listers were invited to take part in the movie, and even if it was going to be filmed in 3D, there should still be leftover change with 1 billion RMB budget, right? But that's not what we're making. Ours is just going to be an animated film. Have you gone crazy or something? Isn't that a little too much? They finally had a taste of what Zhong Yi's "pull off a big one" really meant. Just look, even China's richest man had been shocked by him. Zhong Yi was probably the first person who could give a scare like that to China's richest man and China's son-in-law over a matter of money. Boss Qian Jr. said nervously, "Does this movie require that much money?" Zhong Yi acknowledged, "Yes, it definitely does." Qian Haitao gave him a look. "But it's just an animated film." Zhong Yi nodded. "I know that." Qian Haitao said, "Then do you know what the average cost of production is for other Hollywood animated films?" "That, I'm not sure about," Zhong Yi said. Qian Haitao said, "The average cost is only 20 to 30 million US dollars. Zhong Yi smiled and said, "This animated film of mine is different. Over there," one of the managers said, "we also have a limit to our cash flow over here. We just spent a great deal of money to acquire Star Moon, so there might be some issues with the..." Zhong Yi directly said, "I'll fork out the bulk of the funding." Wolf Warrior 2's box office profits had already been paid out. Together with the endorsement fees he received from the Cola Company, his earnings from Man vs. Wild, and so on and so forth, Zhong Yi had a net worth of over 2 billion renminbi. Moreover, this 2 billion renminbi was purely in cash deposits too, so he could take them out to use at any time he wanted. The manager looked at him in amazement. Qian Haitao also said in surprise, "Can it really break even?" Zhong Yi said, "If there are no mishaps, yes." Boss Qian Jr. said, "What if there are?" Zhong Yi replied very domineeringly, "In my dictionary, there isn't such a word." If anyone else had said this, they would definitely have refuted them. But since it was Zhong Yi who said it, no one could refute him. Can support us completed novel house in link below clip. Thank you for coming and love the sharing story.